Welcome to Vero Beach, Florida, and historic Dodger Town, home to the national softball team and the Jackie Robinson Training Complex, which today plays host to the 2023 Nike RBI World Series as the Atlanta Braves Nike RBI take on the Houston Astros Nike RBI in the Senior Division Championship game. Hey, welcome up to the booth. Brett Dolan with Candy Maldonado. Thanks for joining us. This man to my left came up in the Dodgers organization, but it's been nearly 4 decades since you've been to Dodger Town.
Brett, 4 decades, and it seems like it was yesterday when it used to be Dodger Town. This was the place that I took my first steps towards. My goal was being a Major League ball player.
I know some of these young men have that same dream. So let's take a look at the Nike RBI World Series and break it down. We're down to 2 teams. We started with nearly 200 participants, 20 U.S. cities represented, plus the Dominican, Puerto Rico, Curacao. There's 3 different division championships. The juniors will be tomorrow, the seniors ages 16 to 18, and there's 4 different programs with 2 different teams represented. Let's begin talking about these 2 teams. For Atlanta, Candy, they have a couple of losses, but they've been a resilient team to get to the championship.
And one of them was against the Astros, so they have that little nail on their foot. They're looking for that revenge, and let me tell you, this team will do all the adjustments. They haven't quit. They're still playing hard, and that's why today they're playing for the marbles.
They were down to their final out yesterday against Camden before they scored 4 runs in the 7th inning for the 7-5 win to advance to the championship. It's been a much different story for the Houston team. 4 games, 4 wins. They have run through the competition.
They do, and they have a great team. They had shown the whole tournament, hitting, pitching, defense, but at the same time, this is the game, this is the last dance, and you don't want to take nothing for granted.
See, indeed, yesterday they finished off Arizona by a score of 4-2. That means they have outscored their opponents over 4 games, 30-13. So those are the 2 teams. Let's meet the 2 managers, and we'll introduce the 3rd member of our team. It's Sandy Charles.
Thanks, Brett. Yes, I'm joined by the men leading tonight's game. Astros manager Darrell Wade, Braves manager Willie Slayton. Gentlemen, it has been a fun week here at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex. Darrell, let's start with you. How special is it to be in this championship with your team?
It's very special for me. We've been here, I think, 10 years, I believe, and never been to this game, so we're excited about it for sure.
Willie, where is your team mentally right now ahead of this championship game?
My team is fired up. They're ready to go. It's been a tough week, but we battled through, been battle tested. Excited to be here for this opportunity, but we're ready to rock and roll.
Last one, and this is for both of you. What's your message to your team ahead of hitting the field?
I think it's just like Coach just said, be fired up and enjoy the day and the opportunity. You know, a lot of kids don't get this opportunity, so very excited to have them here. Glad to play against these guys. They are traditional people playing in this game, so we want to be able to play with them.
And your message to your team?
Just relax. It's a big stage, big moment, but they're ready for it. Just take deep breaths, play their best, and have fun, most importantly.
Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Good luck. Brett, we're ready. We'll send it back up to you.
Ready indeed. Let's hug it out. Let's play some baseball. And throughout the game, we'll show content from the RBI World Series and its programs throughout the year. For now, here is the Nike RBI Spotlight from the semifinal games yesterday.
Great game today. Energy was crazy. My guys put together collectively a group of at-bats in a row, about 5 or 6 hitters in a row. They just weren't going to go down without fighting. And we were able to pull the win out. I'm very proud of the guys, man.
And we went into the last inning down. We just told our guys to stick together, pass the bat. I'm one of the veterans on the team. This is my last year being here. I knew I had to step up. I've been struggling all week. I came up, guys needed me. Ball came down the middle, and I put it back on the ball. Got my team the lead, get to go to the championship. No better feeling.
Well, it's time for baseball here from Vero Beach. Atlanta, the visiting team. Houston, the home team. Jaden Barfield is on the mound, the left-hander for Houston. And here's the lineup for Atlanta. We'll introduce you to these young men as we go through the course of the game. Garrett, Brightwell, Bradley, Chandler. Chandler had a huge 2-run double in the 7th yesterday. Dozier, Callaway, Wyatt, and Evans, the starting 9. And Candy, they will only bat 9, so it's a little different than other travel ball events.
Yes, it is, and we especially because we got used to having 10 batters in every place that you go, but 9 is very interesting because now you're leaving one of your backs in the bench, and it can be a big difference.
There's no doubt about that. Here's the defense as well for the Houston RBI team. Keep in mind, their pitchers have given up just 13 runs in 4 games. So, Candy, got to believe their defense is pretty good as well. Defense and pitching go hand in hand.
Yes, and we were talking to the Atlanta manager, Willie Slapton. He was telling me that defense has been one of the keys why they are today in this championship game.
Beautiful day, no rain here in Vero from the Jackie Robinson Training Complex, and we're underway. Ethan Garrett fouls one back against Jaden Barfield.
Barfield's on top of the count.
Hey, if that name sounds familiar, it should. His uncle is Jesse Barfield. His cousin is Josh. Jeremy, another young man from Pearland, Texas, outside of Houston. That one skied to right. Jordan is there. He's got it. That's how this game begins.
You try to be, as a pitcher, very economic in your pitches toward their home plate. They're counting on him, this Astro team, and you can see the numbers. That was yesterday. Hey, to you, Matt. And in 2/3.
Take a look at his scouting report after Colin Brighthouse steps in, a 6'3" runner, a switch hitter, facing Jaden Barfield. And Candy, this is what we'll see out of Jaden.
Yeah, he's got good velocity. Runs around 80, 87, 89 miles an hour.
Easy play for Smith. He retires Brightwell, and there's 2 gone. And Ken, he pitched for the Pearland Oilers. This was a team in Texas. They went to the 6A state championship game. They came up just a little bit short, but it's a powerhouse program, and he's a big part of it.
Yes, he is. And like you mentioned, that he's a nephew of Jesse Barfield, so he's got a lot of baseball and knowledge behind that arm.
This is Xavier Bradley, and we'll tell a story about him a little bit later on. He has had a challenging week, but a young man who's been up to the task as he fouls one out of play. And maybe it's fitting, Bradley tells us that he has the same birthday as Jackie Robinson. So if you think these kids don't appreciate history in the moment, here's a young man who's fully aware he shares the same birth date with Jackie.
Jackie, and playing in the training complex of Jackie Robinson. Here in what it used to be Dodger Town, where Jackie was also in that same field.
That's right. Just so much history here, and we'll visit that with Candy as we go out through the course of this Nike RBI World Series Senior Division game. Does Holman look a little bit different to you than 40 years ago?
Yeah, they do. They do. I remember the dugouts were
you were
no
in
roof.
Oh, that's trouble.
Whoa.
What a grab. Hey, by Robinson Jr. may be fitting. As he was able to put that one away, and I would say that was a bit of a challenging pop-up, but able to put it away for the final catch to end the inning. Hey, now let's take a look at the Houston Astros Nike RBI program.
For the city of Houston, the Astros Nike RBI program is very special because the whole Astros organization, from our owner all the way down, they support our program, and that's big because it makes our kids realize the things that are out there for them. We are able to wear the Astros colors. We attend Astros games.
I've been a part of the Houston RBI program since I was 7. I'm also one of the Astros bat boys, and winning the World Series, the last out, experiencing that on the field. It was an awesome experience.
World Series champions!
The Houston Astros RBI team are World Series champions, and the Houston Astros win another one.
I started at the Houston Astros Academy as a charter member of this program. I played starting at 12 years old, and the coaches here when I started up is who inspired me. For me to do the same for these girls and to be not only their coach, but like their mentor and someone that they can talk to about anything, it's super rewarding.
I wanted to get involved because I saw the coaches just taking everybody in and just giving us advice, not just about softball, but about life too.
These girls are stellar athletes, but they're also more than athletes, and I want them to know that.
This program has allowed me not only to play for them, but to coach younger kids. I'm not only teaching younger kids, I'm learning myself. I'm learning how to be in social situations with these parents and these kids and working with other coaches.
If they learn their confidence at a young age and learn how to maneuver in this world, they can be successful and be whoever they want to be and break barriers.
Hey, I recognize the voice on that softball championship. That was me 2 years ago. The Houston softball girls, they are powerhouses. The Houston Astros Nike RBI team would like to claim theirs. And here is their lineup. Lovick, Clay, and Jordan, the top three. Frasado, Torres, Robinson Jr. just made that play at first base. Smith, Moya, and Lumpkins Jr., the starting 9. For the Houston Astros, here is the defense for Atlanta. And again, Coach Slayton said, Candy, he feels like he's got one of the best defensive teams in this entire event.
Especially behind the play where the play calling and controlling the pitching. But defense has been the key for this team to be where they are today.
Brandon Stevens is on the mound. This young man's already graduated high school. He's off to Coppin State soon. But Candy, he had to close yesterday for a few pitches and now starts today.
It's the same thing that happened with Big Barfield. So each manager had played their cards, and knowing that this is the game we have to win, we'll figure it out what we have to do tomorrow. And here we are.
Chase Levick will lead things off. Brandon Stevens, he is firm. He's got good juice, and Levick will tag one to right center in the big ballpark here. Brightwell will glide over and make the catch for the first down. So, Kenny, let's break down the report here on Brandon Stevens.
He got 4 pitches he mixed. Good fastball. Can reach 90 miles an hour. A lot of movement. He's a great competitor and great control.
Competitor indeed. This is Vernon Clay, the shortstop. Young man from Strake Jesuit High School. Boy, it's been a long time since I've seen Vernon play, but it's fun for me because when he was 5 or 6 years old, he was on a team with my daughter. My daughter was playing with the boys. Vernon was there, and his mother, Patrice, was the head coach.
Wow.
So it's a small baseball world.
It sure is. It sure is. For me, 4 decades of coming back, and for you seeing this kid today playing for the World Series and looking for that championship.
And Candy, he's going to Georgetown to play baseball, and he wants to study the pre-medical track to be an orthopedic surgeon. So these young men, they're great baseball players, but they also have big ambitions and goals in life.
I think this is a super great program because it's like when we were talking today with the Houston Astros manager, telling us that his goal is making it to the big leagues as a great citizen.
Major League citizens.
A Major League citizens. So that involves as a ball player or a great professional or a great human being.
It's been a great foundation for these young men, and Clay will chop one up the middle. There is Garrett gliding to his left. How about the pick at first by Chandler? Able to take it on a bounce to retire Clay. Nice effort.
Little butterflies the first few innings for these kids, knowing what's on stake. But it was funny when we heard the interview, as we can see the replay of both managers. You know, how you tell a young kid, relax. You're in the World Series. I was there in '89 and '92. And you can't stop. And you can't stop getting a little jitters of those first games. So
I would agree. It's Donovan Jordan. You see the home run, Candy? It came against Atlanta. It was a long home run when these teams met earlier, but he's going to line to third. And Dozier will make the catch. So a perfect first inning in the books, the top and bottom. Now let's take a look at the Atlanta Braves Nike RBI program.
That was a bullet.
Being connected to RBI in Atlanta and MLB, doing the grassroots work that we do, I think we kind of get the kids at that early stage in their career where they're trying to get better and develop, to give these kids an opportunity to learn and play the game and definitely grow the game. That's an ultimate goal of mine.
It's all about the footwork, guys. The investment that the instructors have for the kids and wanting to give that knowledge. We would have Marvin Freeman coming out and just talking to the guys about pitching. Luke Collier being able to teach the game, and he has passion about what he's teaching.
I read it, right, left, field it, final turn, step, and I throw it.
I know that the coaches will do whatever they can to get me to the next level and make sure I succeed in whatever I do.
When you got a group of guys that love the game and played at the highest level and still willing to come back and pour into these kids, That's what it's all about for me, and I think for those guys too, and that's why we're so successful.
Like this, not this.
To have 20, 30 guys that came through the RBI program that's now in pro baseball. Taj Bradley, Marquise Grissom Jr., Lawrence Butler, Michael Harris with the Atlanta Braves.
The first big league home run for Michael Harris.
The Grissoms definitely impacted Michael's success because throughout the programs, I feel like that they have developed him to who he is today.
We're able to get in there and really, truly develop the kid to love the game. I just think that's better for the game of baseball and for the kids here in Atlanta.
Earlier this week, during the Nike RBI World Series, through the MLB Together platform, players got to participate in a mental health and wellness activation. The players learned about how to reduce stress through pet therapy, as well as empower themselves by giving back to others with messages of positivity and inspiration for local school kids in order to better everyone's mental wellness. So that's a nice segue into Tony Regan's the Chief Development Officer of MLB, who's with us this inning as we play on in the second. And Tony, I have to ask, there has to be a tremendous feeling of gratitude and excitement this week when you see this program continue to build each and every year.
It is. Just continue to be overjoyed and amazed by the participation that we have, by our clubs, the young people that play our game, both baseball and softball. And, I think the program is getting stronger and better, and then having Nike come aboard as a national sponsor just enhances what we're trying to do. And I'm excited about the future because there's a lot of good baseball and softball being played.
Batter Steven Chandler here in the top of the second inning. It seems like Nike and the partnership was just perfect for the RBI and World Series.
It is a lot of things that make sense in terms of scale and ability to scale. The ability to create awareness about these programs that, when you talk about kids not having access, being able to have a platform like Nike and Nike's platforms is really powerful for us. And, you combine that with Major League Baseball and what we're trying to accomplish in terms of exposure and giving these kids an opportunity. It all makes sense, and I'm glad it's happening at this time because we feel like we're right on the brink of exploding and making things a lot more exciting for our young people, and we're just going to keep it going.
Marian Dozier, the batter. I think you're right. You talk about this exploding. When this program started, you were in hopes of seeing these young men get drafted, have an opportunity to play at college, minor leagues, and major leagues, but now you're seeing it on a regular basis. You're seeing these alumni now get to the major leagues. Do you feel like a proud papa at times watching these guys get to the show?
That's the fun part. These young men are starting to get to the big leagues, and our thought is to just continue to build a foundation and then have kids come year over year to the big leagues. And I think that's obviously the pinnacle, getting to the major leagues, but kids getting into college and getting college scholarships and playing the game at the college level is just as important, probably even more important to the overall development of the individual. So a lot of positive things in that vein.
I truly believe that this is a great program which gives you an opportunity not only to accomplish your dream of making it to the big leagues, but also to become a great citizen, a great professional, an opportunity to go to college. And there's a lot of scouts looking at these old talents, and when I look at the resume of these kids that were here years past and now they become big league ball players, and the contribution that they do for the RBI teams when they were their talents.
Yeah, these kids didn't just come out of nowhere, and there's been a lot of investment, both by our coaching staffs, the programs that they're involved in, our major league clubs. There's been a lot of investment in these young people, and they're starting to give back in a significant way. And we don't ask for financial reward in any way. We just want them to be positive citizens, productive citizens, and if they get to the big leagues, that's obviously icing on the cake. But if they're powerful influences in their community, those are the wins for us.
And Tony, this event I think is just a huge part of RBI, to get these young men here on the Jackie Robinson Training Complex. So much history. Every time I come back, you've done something different. You put turf on a field. We're in a new press box today. The building is absolutely incredible with the indoor. You've seen this vision now become a reality over the last decade or so.
Yeah, we're 8 years in, and there is definitely a lot of improvements that we've made along the way. We continue to try to get better and give these kids quality facilities to develop in. The commissioner and our 30 clubs have been supportive of the vision that we're trying to accomplish. And at the end of the day, Jackie Robinson Training Complex, what it means to the game, with Jackie playing here and all the former Dodger greats playing here, we share that history, and that's important too. So, we're excited about where we're headed. We know that there's still more work to be done, but where this is compared to where it was a few years ago, we're excited about the progress.
So much hard work has gone into that. Bruce Weich with a single, and it brings up Tyrell Wyatt. Tony Regan's joining us up here in the booth during the Nike RBI World Series Championship. What's next? What's ahead for you guys? You just continue to build this program each and every year.
It is. I think the Nike piece is really important. Not that I think, I know it's really important because it's about creating awareness. There's a lot of positive things happening with this program, and just a lot of folks don't know it. And so to be able to have a partner like Nike and spread awareness, spread the positive things that are happening in baseball, showing that African American kids are playing the game at a high level. All of those things are very important. We see it because I'm in it every day, but to be able to share it with the rest of the country and the rest of the world, that's important. And we need to break that narrative, that negative narrative that black kids aren't playing baseball. We see it all the time. We see it every day, and I think that's a part of what's next for us.
And I think it's a huge program because years past, like you mentioned, a lot of black kids weren't playing ball, and a lot of times you look wide, you say, well, football you can get out of college, you go straight to NFL team. Basketball, the same thing, but just to have an option to know that this league is for all of you, no matter what, if you're rich, middle class, or poor, and the exposure that we having now for these kids and what they're doing.
And we're going to have a play at the plate, and a run will score. Chandler on the wild pitch. Houston wanted a check swing or a strikeout. Instead, the first run scores, maybe like Jackie would have done, come racing down the line and come across that plate.
Yeah, that was Jackie-esque. Candy, to your point, to be able to, there are a lot of differences, obviously, in baseball, basketball, football, and the scholarship situation is always, something that is at play when you play our sport. But, I think at the end of the day, we just have to create opportunities. And if we can create opportunities and give these kids a chance and try to level the playing field, hopefully the talent takes care of itself. And so that's one of our primary goals is create opportunities, put these kids in a position to level the playing field, just let their talent shine. And if we can do that, hopefully they start to get to, college ball and then hopefully, pro ball and to the big leagues.
Matthew Evans, the batter. Tony Regan's joining us. And Tony, if we want to just break it down even further, I think the one thing Candy noticed, and I certainly did yesterday, and maybe this is because I'm a parent of a kid this age, it's the smiles, it's the joy, it's the euphoria by which they're with their teammates and playing and competing. And sometimes we're so concerned about everything else, but it's just how much fun these kids are having that's enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, just this week in itself, so many friendships will be made, lifetime friendships, and with social media, these young kids will be connected for probably the rest of their days. So that part of it is really powerful, and it's our game. How it brings folks together, no matter where you come from, no matter how much money you make. It's a game that brings folks together, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it, and thrilled to have the chance to bring these young kids together. That's important, and it makes our war a better place.
Better believe it. We're glad to have you here. Matthew Evans, Lineside's winning. Tony, keep up the good work on what you guys do for these young kids.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
That's Tony Riggins. Braves going to run. We'll come back to Bureau in a moment.
Great game today. Energy was crazy. My guys put together collectively a group of at-bats in a row, about 5 or 6 hitters in a row. They just weren't going to go down without fighting, and we were able to pull the win out. I'm very proud of the guys, man.
We went into the last inning down. We just told our guys stick together, pass the bat. I'm one of the veterans on the team. This is my last year being here. I knew I had to step up. I've been struggling all week. I came up, guys needed me. Ball came down the middle, and I put it down on the ball. Got my team the lead, get to go to the championship. No better feeling than that.
You know, it started off good. You know, the Arizona team, they can fight a little bit. They put up a good fight. They gave us a little trouble a little early, and I just knew that our team-wise, if we go out there and fight and compete, and our best abilities, I think we can go ahead and win it all. That last out, you know, I just went up there confident. If I go up there confident, you know, I think I could get him, and I got him.
They want it as bad as we do. This is our academy's 10th year to have it, so this would be a great time to win it. And as I said, these guys here do the job every day, and I can't be more proud of them and those kids.
One more. 5-0, one more.
Hey kids, join MLB Network and your favorite players for a show made just for you, Play Ball. It's all the big moments, bat flips, and amazing plays from an exciting week of baseball and tips to up your game. Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern on the MLB Network. And you don't have to be a kid to watch. I'm still stuck on the Mel Allen introductions for that show.
Okay.
Great way to begin your Saturday. Meanwhile, the Braves with a run. Mauro Frasado will lead off the bottom of the second for the Houston team against Brandon Stevens. We're kind of settling in just a bit, but I know Atlanta, after losing to Houston earlier this week, glad to be on top.
It is, and it could have been a very, very difficult inning for Barfield. She got into some problems, but was able to just give up one run, although he walked two. And that first run, that walk, it's always trouble.
And they came across. So Frasado, the catcher, even though he's with this Houston Astros Nike RBI program, he's a Tigers fan. He's a Miguel Cabrera fan. So appreciation for what Miggy has done in his career.
What a wonderful career. And in fact, this week watching that game in Miami,
it was something, wasn't it?
It's very special.
He likes the Nike Dunk Low. We asked these young men what are their favorite Nikes, and it never ceases to amaze. They've all got their favorites.
Uh-huh. Well, at least, you know, once a couple innings they lose their jitters, and then we see them play. I know that you saw that first inning for both teams swinging at the first pitches and swinging early. Now you have to settle down.
And Houston has their first base runner, Frasado with the walk, bringing up Matthew Torres, the third baseman. He's a Yordan Alvarez fan, and I would imagine he's got a few teammates that think the same, but he's a big fisher when he's not practicing or playing. Might be able to do both here in Vero. And the pitch from Stevens way high.
That's not a bad pick. Alvarez. Wow. What a show last year, especially against Seattle in the playoffs. Some kind of pop.
He stays healthy, a bright future ahead for Yordan Alvarez. And you think about these two teams, of course, Atlanta and Houston playing. They're parent organizations, if you will, the last two World Series champions. And who knows, Kenny, maybe we might see Houston against Atlanta again this year.
Talk about that in that meeting with the managers. It's possible. How about Justin Verlander joining back with the Houston Astros?
Wasn't gone long, was he? That's a check swing. Did he offer? That is a swing on Matthew Torres. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. See if he went too far. I think he did.
Yes, he did.
Stevens runs one at the knees for strike 3 called. His first strikeout of the game.
Nice sequence for Stevens. Come back down the middle, painting the black.
He had to finish off the last couple of outs yesterday against Camden after Atlanta scored 4 runs down to their final out to turn what could have been a 2-run loss into a 2-run win. And here's a man who's had a hot bat this week, Robert Robinson.
Took a good hack at that pitch and stayed up in the zone. Got to be careful with those aluminum bats. The ball flies.
Count a ball and a strike to Robert Robinson Jr. facing Brandon Stevens. It's a little bit interesting to see Robinson say his favorite player is Freddie Freeman, of course, known for his time in Atlanta, even though he's in LA now.
Not a bad choice either.
It's a good one. Another potential future Hall of Famer in Freddie Freeman.
Mr. Consistency. He can hit. He's also great defenseman, first baseman.
Well, for Houston, they're in their first championship game. Thrilled to be here. For Atlanta, also pretty exciting to be in this event. See the nickname RJ. And that one's hit down the line and right, bending into the corner, and it's foul by a few feet.
Almost trouble.
Kenny, does it change anything coming off playing on the backfields yesterday to playing in the stadium today? The surroundings, getting used to foul territory or the outfield fence or fans in the stands?
I think it is, and more for these young kids that now you see fans playing in the big ballpark, knowing what is in stake. It kind of gets a little bit used to in the elements. Right now, you know that this is the place.
Ground ball into left for a base hit. So Robert Robinson has the first Astros hit of the game. And they've got a couple of base runners aboard, and they see some life in that dugout as well for Houston.
As you can see here, the replay. Great location of that fastball, but great piece of hitting, finding the hole. And now the Astros are attacking the Atlanta Braves, putting some pressure.
Brings up Vincent Smith, the second baseman.
I can't stop thinking, you know, all the changes that you see in this ballpark and surrounding. There used to be no fence in the back. It's that little hill. If you hit it over the hill, it was a home run.
Soft liner. How about the leaping grab at second base by Evans? Maybe the youngest player in this event. He's a 2025. He just made a big-time play to save a run.
Perfect timing in a great situation. That could have been trouble. If you can see the replay right here, that extra step. There you go.
Of course, Jackie was the second baseman back in his day and would have made a few highlight plays were he in today's social media age, but that was a great effort by Matthew Evans. And remember, Coach Slayton felt like he has a tremendous defensive team. In fact, he felt like he had 2 or 3 really good catchers. He was going to have a hard time just picking which one to use. And John Moya, the batter. Moya, by the way, another Pearland Oiler in Houston, same high school as Jaden Barfield. And speaking of Jackie, boy, I just never get tired, Candy, watching number 42 run the bases in these old black and white highlights.
He was special, and he had some ability. The way he played the game, he only had one way. 150% all out.
And all he wanted to do was beat you that day.
Yep.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Moya. Kenny, when you came up with the Dodgers, how much did your coaches talk about the legends from LA and Brooklyn Dodgers that preceded you here at Dodger Town?
It was special because they were here. It was something that, as a kid growing up, you see Roy Campanella, he was in the wheelchair, but Don Newcomb, Sandy Koufax, Duke Snyder. They were all there for you. And it showed you what kind of organization it was and how they talk, and you still see the pictures, and they were all with you. And as you can see, Vero Beach at that time didn't have much, but it seems like that's all you wanted to do, be a Dodger.
Ball popped up to short. Garrett will make the catch, and that will end the inning. So the Astros got a couple of base runners, but stranded them both. It remains a 1-0 Braves Nike RBI lead as we go to the third.
And you come to an event like this, you have other great coaches.
Loyal to My Soil is a community-based program where we go around the Bay Area hosting free baseball camps for underserved communities. It's our way of giving back, sharing our knowledge and our love of the game of baseball. College and pro players that come out here demonstrate the skills that you need to succeed on the field, and it's just a way to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to play baseball.
Ready! I never had any events like this as a kid. I never went to any camps like this.
You know, all these guys out here give kids a chance to see people that look like them, that come from the same communities, as we grow the game of baseball, and I think that's important.
The information that comes out of these coaches is just valuable information that you can only get from people that have done it before you.
I was talking to Vic Roberts. He was telling me to keep my arm stiff instead of having my arm bent, to have more control of your glove.
And just giving back all of that knowledge, being around all those like Hall of Fame type players, and just to give that back, you know, to where I come from, it means a lot.
For me, the vision with Loyal to My Soul is just to grow the game and to grow it in a good environment with positive energy and good coaches.
It's a great way to build confidence in kids and just the way that they operate, the way they can look guys in the eye. That's what I really like about it the most.
And it's just an opportunity for kids to really see that, you know, the major leagues isn't that far away, and really just aspire to dream big.
You're watching the Nike RBI World Series.
Well, it's a 1-0 Braves lead as we go to the third inning. Back to the top of the lineup. Ethan Garrett to lead off against Jaden Barfield. Garrett flew out to right his only time in. Earlier we, between innings, showed you a piece with Marquise Grissom. Such a big factor of youth baseball in Atlanta. Greg McMichael, Antonio Grissom. That ball tagged in the gap to left center field, hit a long ways, and it's going to bounce and go all the way to the fence. Garrett will have a leadoff double and a ringing swing to begin the top of the third inning, and a little bit of dance as well.
Let that pitch up in the zone, and Evans took advantage of that situation. As you can see the replay, location right down the middle. That's a great start for the Atlanta Braves.
Indeed it is, from Ethan Garrett. Watch this one rolled all the way to the fence, tracked down by Lumpkin. Brings up Colin Brightwell, had a couple of huge hits yesterday in that win against Camden. Tried to bunt a difficult pitch and just about kept it fair, but it'll trickle foul.
I don't know how he was able to put a bat in that one. That ball almost hit him.
Almost took his kneecap out. That's a 6-3 runner again. If he gets that ball down, he's probably going to get a base hit.
Well, this situation that shows you how much the Atlanta Braves want this game. Put no outs and trying to advance the runner, trying to get another run across the board.
Astros expecting bunt, but none there, and that ball's in the dirt. And curious to see how the Braves run the bases. I know Garrett doesn't want to make the first out at third base, but they call it Blur Nation for Atlanta. They like to play in a blink of an eye, a blur, and be fast on the bases and be aggressive. And this is an Atlanta team, and they showed it yesterday against Camden. I mean, they've got some personality. That bunt will land foul. Coach Slayton said they're teenagers and they're from Atlanta. He said that combination, they have energy, they're excited to be here. And if they get a couple of runs, I think we'll see that enthusiasm start to build.
I think so too. I really do. And you can see that he's trying to, again, advance that runner, and they know they're facing a great team on the Houston Astros, and they have to continue scoring runs. You mentioned that different run differential, the way this Houston Astro has been swinging the bat, scoring runs.
Well placed. Outside corner, strike three. Barfield able to get the first out and a big out here in the third inning.
It sure was. As you can see here, painting the outside corner.
Sato didn't have to move the target. This is Xavier Bradley, popped to first. His only time in.
Second strikeout for Jaden Barfield.
Bradley, as good of a student as he is a baseball player, class of 2024, nearly a 3.9 GPA. Barfield's pitch hit out towards right. Ball coming right to Jordan. He's going to make the catch. Garrett will tag. He'll advance to third, but now with 2 outs in the inning. Let's go downstairs and check in with Sandy.
What's it like?
Hey, pitch to your spot right here. Whatever happens, happens. Pitch to your spot.
Well, meanwhile, here's Devin Chandler stepping back into the box.
Brandon.
So as yesterday in that 7th inning, and keep in mind these are 7-inning games, Candy. Chandler had a 2-run double to the fence, a chance here to drive in a run, but this is straight up in the air, and Lovick makes the catch. He and Jordan bumped. Play was made. Barfield able to navigate a leadoff double. No damage done. Astros looking to get on the board when you come back in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
When you have that partnership with the RBI program, it goes a long way to drawing kids into the program so that we can keep them away from the influences that might be negative.
There you go.
Starting from T-ball, coach pitch, minor league, our program goes from ages 4 through 18.
Baseball means a lot. It's a way to get away from all the negativity and all the danger around and just stick with something, have a dream.
We've been fortunate to have 5 of our players receive the RBI for RBI scholarship.
I wrote that essay, and I think maybe like a week later, he had called and said that I was one of the recipients, and I broke down crying. I just got my bachelor's degree in psychology, and a lot of people don't get that opportunity.
We're able to have the city put an indoor training facility for us, but we had to equip it. So we went to our friends at RBI, Baseball Tomorrow Fund, and we were able to get a grant that paid to equip that building. We can have clinics there, indoor training, coaches meetings. So it really has become a very vital hub of our program and allows us to keep the kids in the game all year long.
We want to keep this shoulder in and go down in there. We use this building to work out, exercise, work on drills all winter. Big turn. It's really going to help our program going forward.
In this building, you feel like you become a better player, so when you step out there, you know, you can do your thing.
Baseball serves as a hook so that we can teach them other life lessons.
I feel like RBI, I'm not only going to be like a better player, but also a better person.
Don't miss live coverage of the Girls RBI World Series as youth from inner cities battle for supremacy. Watch the Girls Championship Saturday, August 12th only on MLB.com. Carol Wade from the Houston team knows that his girls program has been a juggernaut. They win the championships. He's happy for them. He wants his boys to have their chance. And several young ladies on that Houston team I've seen play for years and years. That'll be next week. Meanwhile, it's Atlanta with a 1-0 lead. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and Brandon Lumpkin's up there. And Candy, these hitters, they're up there swinging. They're not wasting much time.
They're hacking. They're, like you said, they're not wasting any time, and it's a little bit of desperation too. They want to do so much.
Lumpkins drives one to center. He's a big Barry Bonds fan. Bobby Bonds fan, Barry and Bobby, and he's going to fly out to center. He's retired. So far, so good for Brandon Stevens. One time through the lineup for Atlanta, Ken. He's given up just one hit, that single to Robert Robinson last inning.
Yeah, he's been under more control so far early in the game. With the addition, only have give up only 1 walk. On the other hand, the difference has been Jordan Barfield, those 2 walks in that second inning, that one of them resulted in a run.
All right, Chase Levick needs to take a pitch because we need to tell you how this young man came to this team. Now, you find players everywhere, right? Well, for Darrell Wade in Houston, the story on how he got Chase Levick into the organization, he needed a plumber. And he gets the plumber, and the plumber's telling D. Wade about his son. And he said, well, you know, he's a catcher. Now he turns out to be an outfielder. Well, he could play, and he's now part of the Houston RBI program. So that man's need of a plumber got him a leadoff hitter and a center fielder.
And a center fielder.
If only it was always that easy.
Straight plumber.
He probably meets a lot of guys that say, yeah, I got a kid, he can play. And you're like, okay, all right. But this one could. And he's part of the program. So thank goodness he needed the plumber then to get him on this roster. And he's, of course, a big Ronald Acuna Jr. fan. That might endear him just a bit to the Braves. Hard hit to short. Garrett, though, there to scoop it up, gobble it up. Nice stretch at first from Chandler. 2 gone. So Stevens continues to deal on the hill.
Nice play by Garrett. That ball came up a little bit and stay with it.
Scoot up on the plate.
Showed that good arm.
This ball was hit a little bit harder, but just gobbled that up.
Just a little bit.
Here's Vernon Clay, bounced to short his only time in on his way to Georgetown. Got a brother at Morehouse.
It's amazing when you see the shape and body of these kids, and later on they start growing, and for those who become professionals, you can see that that body starts getting some more weight and more physical.
And this is kind of the age, right? 17, 18, 19, you start to take a different tier to your physical development.
I was 17 when I signed as a free agent from Puerto Rico.
And they sent you straight to Canada.
Lethbridge, Canada.
Culture shock going from Puerto Rico?
It was. I mean, after traveling all day, I land and I'm saying the next day when I wake up, where am I?
Your baseball journey had just started. A little bit of life in that Houston Astros dugout, trying to get on the board here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Brandon Stevens has had other ideas. There's a base runner. Second walk of the game. Before Donovan Jordan bats, quick mound visit. Good look inside Holman Stadium. You're watching the 2023 Nike RBI World Series Championship, the senior division, Vero Beach, Florida, alongside Candy Maldonado and Sandy Charles. I'm Brett Dolan. Delighted to have you with us. Here's Donovan Jordan, whose mom was an Olympic track star, so he has some good genes to build upon. Had the homer against Atlanta earlier this week, and I would say he's probably been identified, Candy, on the scouting report. They know this young man did some damage against them a few days back.
Yeah, and especially today with all the technology, these kids in these programs, they know how to look for that information, and they're ahead in preparation of what they want to do.
He's got a little Gary Sheffield to him. Not that complete, Matt.
Well, he was a little tardy, a little late in that high fastball.
Painted on the corner for a called strike.
Took something off of that one.
He's got the pink bat.
Fashion. I think he's got some pink shoes too. Yeah.
Hey, look good, feel good, play good.
Whatever it takes.
And he's a little bit early and sends one foul down the line and left.
Whatever it takes. Old Dodger town. Refreshing memories.
We get a couple of pictures we're going to show later on, and I can't wait to throw in a little follow-up to you and have you take a look down memory lane as these young men here try to make some memories this week. How about that pitch from Brandon Stevens? 68 miles an hour for strike 3. Stevens works around a walk, keeps his Braves Nike RBI team in front, 1-0.
Like one in a lifetime experience.
Jorge's been in our program the last 3 years. He's always, you know, a positive kid. He's a hard worker. He acts and goes about his business, and you don't even realize that he has a hearing aid.
The bat's going, guys. Come on, you gotta be loud.
When I was 8, that's when I had a little issues with my ear. They were looking in my ear and they didn't find any problems, so that's when they decided to do surgery. They found out I had a tumor, so they kind of took that out, and I guess they didn't have the right equipment, so they couldn't take all of it out. So my only option was to wear a hearing aid. And then I have this little tube in my ear. About 2 years after, it was like blocked, so they go back in and they found out the tumor had grown back. So after the surgery, they took all of it out. I'm just thankful that they got the rest of the tumor out, because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be here doing this if I still had it in. Thank God though.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
No matter what you do in life, you can control certain things, and there's certain things that you can't control, and you've got to deal with those. How you go about doing that, I think, ultimately determines how successful you're going to be in life. If it's not hard to find the excuses, it's hard to find the will to say, despite this, I'm going to go do this. And that's what Jorge does on a regular basis is, hey, I have a hearing aid, I'm a little bit different, but I'm not going to let that stop me, I'm not going to let that slow me down, and I'm going to go try to achieve my goals and work as hard as I can.
Back to the 2023 Nike RBI World Series from the Jackie Robinson Training Complex in Vero Beach, Florida. With Candy Maldonado, I'm Brett Dolan. Let's send it back down to the field to Sandy Charles.
Yes, thank you. I'm joined by Matthew Evans, who had a big defensive play. Matthew, what's it like making a big defensive snag in a championship game?
It felt great. I knew that ball got down, it was an easy run, so I had to make that play, of course.
And you are the youngest player on this team, so how much fun is it playing with these older guys?
It's actually very great. I'm learning a lot. They teach me everything. They teach me something new every day.
Now, last one. This RBI Nike program, how special is it for you?
Oh, it's very special. I get to travel, have fun, and learn new things.
Awesome. He is coming up to bat pretty soon. Brett, we'll send it up to you.
We'll let him go to work. This is Dozier to lead things off. I was talking earlier, Candy, about Marquise Grissom and Antonio Grissom, Greg McMichael, Danielle from the Braves Foundation. Also, Greg Goodwin is here. He was called the godfather of black baseball in Atlanta. He's been a high school principal, a high school baseball coach. He's here just to help out a guy who's had some former first-round picks like Brandon Phillips. How about Taj Bradley? In fact, when they were in the regionals in Tampa, they went to a Rays game, and Taj Bradley spoke to these young men.
Yeah, it's important. So the edification of somebody that appreciates and knew where they came from. And when you talk about, you know, Marquise, I was able to know him and play against him. Great individual, great human being, and I know the care that he has for all these kids that's the ultimate prize that you can give.
That's right.
Something
Give back. How about that casual catch at second base by Smith? He just went up on a tippy toe and brought down the lineup and the liner from Dozier. And this is Trey Callaway. Let's watch this one again. I mean, it's hot out. Don't expend too much energy. If you could just make a little bit of it.
Well, it's nice to be tall. It helps a little bit.
I got to tell you about Callaway, because we talk about these young men, Candy, getting to the next level. It was just 2 days ago. He got a college commitment to Mizzou, to the SEC, to Missouri. And this was a breakthrough series guy all the way through high school. But congratulations to Trey Callaway. He's going to the SEC.
Yes, congratulations, and congratulations to all these kids that had. After this, they'll be going to a different college and pursue their dreams.
Hey, that was pretty close. Smith had a little bit of a stumble after he came up with that grounder, but a strong throw retires Callaway. 2 gone. He had to set himself here for just this last second here.
This time he had to work a little bit.
That's a great call too. I think he was out by an eyelash at first.
Hustling down the line.
So far so good for Barfield, and spins in a strike to Bruce Weiss, who singled his only time in it. Speaking of guys you know, I mean, you know his uncle Jesse, right? You were with him with the Blue Jays.
Yeah. Matter of fact, last week we were up in Toronto for Blue Jays Care golf tournament, and we've been friends since a long time.
You had no idea you were going to see his nephew pitch.
No, not at all. Not at all. He's probably in tune watching his nephew.
Big article on Jaden in the Houston paper a couple of weeks ago, and he said Mom's the one who keeps everything together. She's the one that's got all the schedules, all the volunteering, in charge of the booster club, I think, in Pearland. So she runs the ship. Jaden's got a couple of brothers as well, and that pitch is high to Weiss. He's trying to get his second base hit. We've had only 3 hits so far in this game, and he's had 1 of them.
Well, actually, the only inning that really had effect Jaden, Jaden, was that second inning.
That's right.
It's been the difference in this ballgame.
Well, Weiss, he's signed to go to North Carolina A&T. He was part of the Hank Aaron Invitational. Just so many more opportunities, Candy, for these young men than from my era or your era, whether it's RBI, the Hank era, and the Breakthrough Series. So many wonderful chances to just get better.
And having people like Tony Regan and the sponsorship of Nike involved behind it. It continues to grow. I was watching that paper where you have teams like from Dominican Republic, Curacao, Puerto Rico. You know, it keeps growing.
Culminating in this championship game. And there's the base runner, a 2-out walk to Weiss. He'll reach to continue this Atlanta 4th inning.
Well, as you can see,
hey, you got a flip on the walks too. This is wide. He walked back in the second.
Kind of loosen a little bit.
He's a big dirt bike and 4-wheeler guy when he's not playing baseball. Ozzie Albies fan. He likes the Nike Tech shoes. Everybody's got a favorite Nike shoe.
Should be taking a pitch right here. 2 balls and no strikes.
Barfield approaching 60 in the pitch count. Now he's missed on 3 straight.
Definitely now he's taking.
See the ratio, 35 strikes of those 58 for Barfield.
Looks like he's squeezing the ball too hard.
And back-to-back 2-out walks. So the Braves in business here in the 4th inning.
Maybe a little bit of fatigue for Barfield.
We just heard from Matthew Evans. He had to run from our interview with Sandy to get his helmet in case he had to bat in the 4th. And here he is with a couple of teammates on base as Barfield gets a brief pep talk from his teammates. Playing under the lights here at Holman Stadium for the Nike RBI World Series Senior Division Championship. Juniors will get their turn tomorrow morning. It's now at least 6 in a row that have missed.
Yeah, I think he's getting a little tired.
of these teams felt like they were in a really good position from having pitchers available. But I also think we got the thought process as he throws in a curve for a strike. They'd like to ride their starters for as long as they possibly could.
Yeah, that was a good pitch right there, and very smart from the catcher. Call that curveball, make him get down in that ball, in the strike zone.
And why not throw it again?
If your fastball's not working, use what is working.
Would you dare throw it 3 times in a row?
Yes, I would.
See if he triples up.
I'm sure at this level, Watt is not waiting for that.
Ooh, he tried to paint just a little bit low.
Good selection. Yeah,
I think I'd be expecting that curve now, though, if I was Matthew Evans. There it is, strike 3. Couple of 2-out walks, Candy, but he was able to get the strikeout to end the frame.
Yes, he did. That yellow hammer right there.
Look at the spin.
Our main objective is to engage and develop our Austin youth athletically, academically, and spiritually, and leading them to the transformation of their community.
Let's go, guys.
Once you get involved with our inner structure, the kids, the programs that we have, everybody's like a family. Once they become part of RBI, you're always a member.
There's kids that are underprivileged, and so their opportunities are few and far between. So we just want to provide a safe space where they can express their skills, learn about the game, and just experience love throughout their community and have a chance to see something different.
They're putting that mic on me. As soon as I got the mic, I was excited. I've always been the one to be the center of attention and say what I want. Oh, yeah.
Go, go, go! We're going! We're going! It's triple, baby!
With my team, I feel a little more home. I feel like I can play my game. And we're standing.
Way to start off.
My sons have been on the team.
I'll call them out when we get there.
I love baseball. I've always loved baseball. And I had an opportunity to share that with my kids and watch them flourish in something that they end up loving.
Baseball is the first sport I fell in love with, so I'm glad that I have a deep connection with it. I mean, it runs in my mind 24/7. Always thinking about the game.
Remember, get down, field it like this.
So I'm just glad to have this opportunity to be out here.
It's pretty good. Made him fight for it. Good job.
It feels good having my family this close to me on the field.
You're watching the Nike RBI World Series.
Every single time I come to Dodger Town, I just throw myself into the history of this place and what it meant. And there's Pee Wee Reese. You see the old pictures back on the walls in the cafeteria, an old Holman Stadium. How about Campy and Sandy? But Candy, there's your old roommate from spring training.
Fernando Valenzuela, yes it was.
What was it like rooming with Fernando?
Oh, it was great. It's unbelievable. I remember I was the one to make the phone calls for him to talk to his wife Linda at that time because he didn't speak English. And we used to sneak in the conference room and do some damage.
The truth comes out 40 years later. The statute of limitations says Frisado bats. But Jaime Harin had to interpret for Fernando.
At the big level, yes.
But you were in charge here.
I was in charge here. And we were in charge of that conference room, you know, where all the coaches and managers used to meet. Going back to the room.
Did it hit you today? Did the memories kind of hit you when we walked in?
Oh, yeah. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Like I said, there were so many great things at this organization and the people that were around and the history and your teammates. I mean, I grew in an era where the greatest infield intact for 10 years. You know,
Garvey, Lopes,
Russell, Say. Then you had Dusty Baker left.
And Dusty was a mentor of yours.
Yes, he was like a father, still is father to me.
I'll tell you what, the last Dodgers spring training game ever here at this complex, I called it. It was a Houston, LA Dodgers game on radio, and that's a fly to center. Fasano will be retired by Brightwell. It happened in the middle of March because the Dodgers were going west. I think that might have started that year in Japan, so it was mid-March. We had the last Dodgers spring training game, and I got to tell you, it was sad to have this run come to an end, but Major League Baseball has stepped in, and they have just taken over this complex and done wonders with it.
Unbelievable. I mean, there's so many changes, and it's great because it's built for the young girls and boys. As you can see, this great tournament, and you were in our meeting, you can see other sports, you know, kids practicing and having fun.
This is Matthew Torres, and the Astros wondering when their offense is going to ignite. Torres struck out his only time in.
You know, you used to see so many crazy things with those superstars and players. You know, they have fun, but when it came down to play the game, it was business.
It's time to play. You know, we just had a shot of Coach Wade in the Houston dugout, and you know, he's trying to build on the momentum from his organization in Houston and what they've done playing in the postseason and World Series in recent years. In fact, they took this Astros team a couple of days ago down to their spring training complex. They got to walk inside the locker room where Yordan Alvarez and Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman are. But when they go during spring training, they emulate what workouts and drills these players do so they can take them back to the RBI kids. And here's a pop-up, and it will be caught by Chandler. But how about the thought, Candy, just to go down there and watch what the big leaguers do, to come back to be able to put your younger kids through those same workouts?
Here it is. You know, it's huge. It's huge for a young ball player to have that opportunity to see, like you mentioned, the Altuve, the Alvarez, you know, locker room. Here's the place where they walk. You can emulate yourself, and then you say to yourself, I want to get there.
No doubt.
I want to get there.
That's the inspiration.
Yeah.
Plants that seed. Robert Robinson, the batter. You did notice, though, in our meeting with D. Wade, that he was talking about going down there, and he just threw the name out, Reggie. And he said, Reggie saw us, and he invited us in. Well, that wasn't just any Reggie. That was Mr. October he was talking about. That was Reggie Jackson. In the air to right, kind of that twilight now, the Glowman. Not easy for Weich to see that baseball, but he makes the catch, and that's a perfect inning for Brandon Stevens, shortening this game, sending us to the fifth. The Braves Nike RBI up 1-0.
We only had a week between our regionals ending and the World Series starting, but I get a call from Xavier's mother letting me know the situation about his father and how they had to airlift him to the hospital.
My dad, we found out he had an aneurysm Tuesday night. The emotional part for me was seeing the helicopter leave, because I thought that was the last time I was going to see him. I knew I made a dedication to the team to be down here, so I didn't want to let them down. I talked to my dad about it, of course, and he said, if you want to go win it for me.
Zay is one of the most mature kids I've ever met. You know, I could see tears in his eyes as he fought through on Monday while they were having the surgery, but he's locked in. He's played very well for us. He's actually leading our team in hitting this week. He's just a huge testament to, you know, how strong you can actually be even at a young age, and how to keep the faith and just continue to handle his business despite adversity.
I've actually been FaceTiming him like almost every second just to see him again.
What's up? How you doing? We going home today sometime.
My dad's doing amazing. I'm just happy to be down here now, ready to compete some more.
He is just a solid rock. He's the prototype kid that you would want to have on your team.
Knowing what I'm dealing with at home and doing this all for my dad, it would be amazing if we make it to the championship game. Everything I'm doing down here is for him.
The MLB app is your place for live baseball, real-time highlights, and pitch-by-pitch updates faster than ever. Get personalized highlight reels based on players you follow every day. Download the MLB app today. And you can listen to every MLB game live or on demand with At Bat. Plus, watch all minor league baseball and live look-ins on MLB Big Inning. No blackouts. Visit MLB.com/at-bats for details. We need to be on that boat, don't we?
It'll be nice.
Sunset in Florida?
We still got time.
Well, the pitchers have done their part. This is Ethan Garrett. Now, he had a double back in the third inning, but he did not score. So we've been stuck at this 1-0 lead ever since the second. Keep in mind, the only run in this game scored on a wild pitch in the second.
This is down to you want to take advantage and try to build more runs, more runs.
And probably worth mentioning that this is a 7-inning game. So this feels like, even though we're in the 5th, like you're in the 7th of a regular game. 69th pitch for Barfield to Garrett. Fouled back and out of play.
Well, as a ball player, these two organizations have a lot of memories for me, too. I mean, I got my first base hit against the Atlanta Braves, 1981.
Who was the pitcher?
Rick Mailer. You never forget that.
You shouldn't.
And we won the World Series in '92. Then the other hand, when you look at the Houston, Mr. Nolan Ryan, when he was in the mound, it was like, It was like eating soup with a fork.
Well, that's ball 4. Ethan Garrett will walk. Barfield wasn't pleased with that. The Braves have a base runner. I'm going to just think about that for a second. Eating soup with a fork. Doesn't sound like much fun,
well,
but I said Nolan wasn't.
When Nolan had that, you can see in the old Astrodome, you know, the mounds were in the side. And you used to go outside and watch. If you see warming up and he had that 12-6 breaking ball, you said to yourself, it's going to be a rough night.
This is Colin Brightwell. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Hey, this young man's going to Oklahoma, one of the bigger commitments here in this World Series. They call him instant offense. Question is, might he be up there to bunt? Or is he going to swing away? Well, there's the bunt. He tried to get one down earlier, but could not. And rolls that one foul.
Yeah, he did in the third inning. After the double by Evans, he tried a bunt.
This Atlanta Braves RBI program.
Matt, watch it. Tell Matt watch the bunt.
Yeah, tell Matt to watch the bunt. Because
he got the scouting report.
That's right. This Atlanta team for years, they had a hard time in regionals getting through the Miami and Tampa teams. Hadn't gotten through the regionals since there was a guy on their team by the name of Mike Harris.
Mike Harris. What a ball player.
So this current group, Colin Brighthouse and company, hoping to bring home a championship for Atlanta. Right now trying to build on this 1-0 lead in the 5th. And Barfield trying to keep Blur Nation in check just in case Garrett has any designs on stealing second base.
Or if he square around the bunt, it's a great move.
Tomahawk right back to the screen. Barfield still sitting at 88 mph.
See if he comes back with that breaking ball this time.
He's keeping a watchful eye on Garrett. And Garrett's digging himself a bit of a trench over there at first, trying to get back. He's almost swimming, like I was on the beach earlier today, just trying to get my feet out of that sand, get them moving. It's outside ball 3.
He's got 77 pitches. Let's see if he goes back to his bread and butter. A few innings back, he threw that curveball, get him on track.
Garrett runs. Ground ball to third. Torres had to go far to his left. Nice throw at first. Gets the diving Brighthouse. Torres able to make a nifty play for out number 1.
See, that's one of the things that you have to be careful with these young players today. Diving in first. Where it's quicker if you go standing up.
A really nice throw.
Yeah, he went in front of the shortstop. If you let that ball go, sometimes they have to realize that standing up, you got one more little step than diving.
Hey, Bradley's 0 for 2, but it's been a win for him this week. And let's find out more with Sandy.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. It's bigger than baseball. Xavier Bradley is playing for his dad. His dad told him, go win for me. Last week, his father had an aneurysm, was airlifted to the hospital, and had surgery, but he is okay. And Xavier has FaceTimed with him every single day while being here in Vero Beach. I spoke with Braves manager Willie Slayton, and he told me Xavier's been a rock for us despite the adversity. He's an inspiration for us all.
Yeah, that touched me too. He's an inspiration for his head coach, just how this young man has dealt with adversity. And says he's maybe the best two-strike hitter on the team. If he gets one more, we'll put that to the test. But what a challenging week for this young man.
Yes, it is. And it's sad, it's touching. But also, you know, when your dad talks to you and as a kid, you want to do something special for your dad. And it shows you that unity that you have as a parent and as a son. And I'm sure his dad would love to be here in this important game. But here he is. He's got a chance to drive one in.
Big breaking ball misses. 2 balls and a strike. Great two-strike approach. He's an on-base machine. He likes to drive the ball at the middle. Smith, the second baseman, is almost on top of that bag. He's going to try and take away a ground ball or a liner towards center. Ripped to left center field. Lovick, though, had him played perfectly, didn't he? That was one of the best hit balls of the night, but Bradley retired, and there's 2 gone.
He hit that ball in the nose. Man, I love his stance. You know, you can see his weight back and using the hands. You can see the replay.
If he's not shaded in that direction to begin with, I don't think he gets there.
Nope. See the balance, hands. Just a little behind.
When we talk about these young men in the senior division, Devin Chandler has already finished off a year of college baseball. But Garrett was nearly picked off at an errant throw, is going to provide the second run. The first scored on a wild pitch. The second scores on an error, and Atlanta leads 2-0.
Take a good jump, stolen base, bad throw. By Navarro. Here had him picked off, and
that didn't hit Garrett, did it? Did it graze off him?
Probably, because the way that ball continued. But here's the second run, and that's huge for this Atlanta Braves.
Oh, it did? Look at that. My old eyes aren't deceiving me. I was saying, Candy, that Devin Chandler has already finished off 1 year at Alabama State. I mean, he's had a year of college baseball, so he's still young enough to be in the senior division. But the beneficiary of being a college player, probably no doubt why he's batting cleanup, but he's going to chase the pitch from Barfield. Atlanta gets a run without a hit. A big run, though, against Barfield in Houston. Braves Nike RBI with a 2-0 advantage.
I am a Nike RBI ambassador here at North Seminole Little League. I have been here since about I was 12 years old. It's been 10 years, and I find myself coming back to the program every year. I'm coming back because this whole program focuses on team camaraderie, relationship, friendships, and really building as a community.
Playing softball is super fun, and all my teammates are very funny and lovable. My name is Paige, and you know what I got? What you got? I got a team that's hot and hot.
When they're young, it's more about having fun to me. You know, you want to teach them the basics and just let them get out there and play it.
You ready?
And this gives them the opportunity to play whether their skill level is high or medium or low, so that's huge.
They're teaching us all about how to do baseball. They're teaching us catching, hitting, and they're teaching us how to be good sport.
With the help of the Rays, we do little clinics, and I always encourage the kids to tell their friends. And most of them do, and then the next year, a few more kids add on, and a few more, and it just keeps going like that.
I love playing softball because it makes me joyful and happy, and I like to spend time with my coaches and friends and have fun.
There you go,
It's nice to see kids coming in and building these communities even larger than what they were 10, 20 years prior. You find yourself coming back because the memories and the family that you bring and you build here, out of this world.
All right, welcome back to the 2023 Nike RBI World Series from the Jackie Robinson Training Complex in Vero Beach, Florida. With Candy Maldonado and Sandy Charles down in the field, I'm Brett Dolan from the RBI World Series. Let's take a look at some of the alums. And speaking of H-Town, there's Carl Crawford, 4-time All-Star. CC Sabathia, 6-time All-Star pitcher. Jackie Bradley Jr., real nice career. Anthony Rendon, there's another Houston guy. Couple of Silver Sluggers. Another is Hunter Green, a young man I met when he was 16, 17 years old with his fantastic family. Wondering which one of these kids might be the next future star.
What an arm. When he puts it together, he's going to be special.
This is Vincent Smith. He lined to second. His only time in. Bottom of the lineup. Bottom of the fifth. It's getting late early for the Houston team.
Yeah, that run was big. Huge, huge run.
Vincent Smith, the big Mike Trout fan.
And Brett, you know what is unique? Those 2 runs have come after a walk.
I don't have an RBI today.
No.
And the 2 walks, you're right, were cashed in for the 2 runs. And Brandon Stevens, not to be outdone, he's been good, but Vincent Smith turns that one around for a base hit to left field. Just the second Houston hit, and we were just talking about Hunter Green, and he was a 2013 RBI program participant, grew up in Southern California. Notre Dame High School, I believe. And, you know, I'm not a scout. Candy, I liked him at shortstop. I mean, he could hit laser beams. And I guess when you throw 100, they're going to put you on the mound.
Yeah. Special arm. And that's why I said, once you get it together, to really dominate a slider, and because the fastball's there, he's going to be
that's right.
A tough cookie.
Get off that fastball, throw that secondary pitch, stay healthy. John Moya popped to short. His only time in, again a teammate in the high school ranks of Jaden Barfield. And count a ball, then a strike. So Stevens has been economical into the 5th inning, 63 pitches for the young man on his way to Coppin State. Back to our left.
And with a 2-run lead. And for those, you know, when I said that when he gets together Hunter Green, what I'm saying is that he establishes that consistency every time he goes out in the mound. Because
right. It's going to be a fun team to watch, isn't it, going forward in Cincinnati?
Young, that kid De La Cruz.
He's must-see TV. Right now, John Moy having a pretty good AB here.
He's a special breed.
You know, these teams, no strangers to facing each other, a lot of the players. In fact, there was a tournament earlier this year in Atlanta called MVP, Mentoring Viable Prospects. The 2 teams that were in the championship, Houston and Atlanta. And Atlanta won it. Moya's had some good swings. He's going to drive one out to left. Wyatt back there, and he is going to make the grab just shy of the warning track. That's a strong AB from Moya with nothing to show for it except the first out of the inning. Wyatt never gave up on that baseball.
Especially going the other way with that pitch.
Number 14,
I thought he might get this over the head of Wyatt. A little bit of a leap here at the end. If he doesn't make that catch, it's second and third at least and nobody out.
Yep.
And this is Lumpkins. He fly to center his only time in. It's a game of frustration, isn't it? At times.
You can see the reaction.
We've heard about this Atlanta team, though, being a good defensive squad, and I think we've seen that today. And again, just 2 runs and no RBIs in the RBI World Series.
That tells you. You never know when you come to see a ball game.
We can't have that. Someone's going to knock in a run. Here's a pop-up. Garrett underneath it. 2 outs. So the lineup turns over, but just a pair of singles for this Nike Houston RBI team.
And for Houston, you got to start cooking soon.
Number 8, center fielder,
That's
James
your
Levitt.
every other inning, you would lead. Your spirit goes way up there in confidence.
Right, a little bit of momentum. Houston would like to find that. Here's Levitt, 0 for 2. A fly out and a ground out. Just a pretty Florida sunset behind the left field fence as we play into the 5th inning. Under the lights, but not quite nighttime. In Vero.
That was one thing we never had when I was here. Lights.
Ooh. That one plucks Lubbock. Get him on the guard.
Number 2, shortstop, Vernon Clay.
Hey, that's why you wear it.
Coming out there in the arm.
Doesn't have to hurt to count. Quick mound visit with a couple of base runners before Vernon Clay back. Hey, we're having some fun miking up our players. That's the catch by Wyatt.
Hey, you got room. Oh my goodness, Tybo. Good catch.
What did Coach Slayton tell us? They're teenagers and they're from Atlanta. They've got some energy.
They love it. They love it. I guess he didn't like that route. Supposed to get a little quicker to that ball.
Hey, you got to make the catch. He did. And had that play not been made, we would be looking at an entirely different inning. And here's Vernon Clay. He's bounced to short. He's walked.
Well, Houston's got another great opportunity with 2 outs.
Well, that's a little deep breathing right there from Vernon. Reset. Pick at second.
If they can score 1 run, you know, they can be back in the game.
1-1 would help, wouldn't it, at this point for Houston? I see that number 2 at an Astros uniform. Just makes me think of Alex Bregman.
Another great player.
I'm going to have to incorporate that breathing routine of his into my day-to-day activities.
It would help, right?
Out towards right. It's going to drop for a base hit. Smith around third. The throw to the plate is not in time. How about the dive from Smith to find the back tip of the plate? And the Astros are on the board, courtesy of Vernon Clay and a great dive from Smith. The throw beat him, but Smith got to the plate.
What a great slide at home plate. And talking about RBI, here comes the first one of the game.
Well, I think that's a great call. I think he got in there. You see the reaction from Stevens, hands on his head. He thought he had the final out of the inning and the shutout intact.
Well, I mentioned that one run here can make this game be a good thing for Houston.
Off and rolling is Clay, no throw. And now there's 2 runners in scoring position for Donovan Jordan. I'm curious if Atlanta will even pitch to Jordan right now. Now, he has lined to third into a hard out, but struck out in the third. First base is open. Well, I think I've saved everybody some time. Mr. Jordan, there's first base. Throw your bat aside.
Yep.
I was a little bit ahead on that one, but I thought with that stolen base, Candy, there was no reason to pitch to Jordan if you don't have to.
You want to get the out of any of the bases, but at the same time, in this situation where the Astros just came through with a run, I used to love it when they used to intentional walk the first guy in front of you. That motivated you. You're saying, well, you think I'm a easy cookie? No.
This is Frasada with the bases loaded. Young man who's lived in several different countries. He's made Houston home. He's trying to get his teammates jacked up. A run home this inning for Houston.
Intentional.
2 singles, a hit batter, and a walk. Bases full of Astros. Pitch to Frasado, ripped at and missed at 83 on the gun. Now it's 0-2.
He went after it.
Are you fearful of maybe bouncing a breaking ball here, 0-2?
I have to throw it. You know, you always believe that when the catcher calls for a pitch, he's got to be ready for it. And talking to Slatton, the manager, he said he had 2 great catchers that command their pitching staff.
Well, how about the fact that his catching coach is Johnny Estrada, 7 years Major League veteran, whose son is a catcher, but not even breaking through right now. So Traveris Rutherford, former RBI player, had a few years in pro ball. He's on this staff. Johnny Estrada working with the catchers, including Callaway. He's entrusted with trying to get that 3rd out. Here's the pitch, breaking ball by the mound. Might be trouble. A flip from the second baseman, Evans, and he ends the inning. So Houston gets their first run, but they leave him loaded. Hey, we've got a game through 5 innings. Braves still in front, 2-1.
We're here in Vero Beach at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex for the 2023 RBI World Regional. Today's championship day. On the softball side, we have teams from Dominican Republic and Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. In senior baseball, we have Curaçao and Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. And on the junior baseball side, we have teams from Nicaragua and Aguadilla, Puerto Rico.
It feels great representing Crown and to go back with the championship. It feels so great.
Whichever region we go to, we see teams have a lot of pride in their communities, have a lot of pride in the organizations that they're representing. But here at the World Regional, that's on another level.
I feel very proud of my team, of my country, to be part of this opportunity. All this makes me really proud.
We're a small country and we take pride in everything that's related with baseball, so it's really exciting to come here, win it, and go to the World Series. He loves the feeling. He's waiting for this his whole life, and he's really excited.
The winners here today will get the chance to come back here and compete in that World Series event in early August.
There are 2 other teams in the finals in the RBI. 1 down, 2 to 1.
Every night on MLB Network, watch live look-ins, highlights, and breakdowns throughout the night as TV's best baseball analysts bring you live news and updates from every team. MLB Tonight, every night, only on MLB Network. We go to the 6th inning. Let's go down to the field and check in again with Sandy.
I'm joined by Ethan Garrett. Ethan, okay, you were on second base and you scored all the way home. Take us through what happened in that play.
Basically, I was on second and I was taking my lead. And after the pitch, the catcher tried to back pick me, and I stole third, forcing a bad throw, and then I took home.
And how much fun are you having out there today?
A lot, a whole lot. Nothing I'd rather be doing.
Okay, you guys, I was told he's going to warm up, so he does have to get out of here. We'll send it back up to you.
Yeah, he's hit a big double, scored that run. Right now, that's the difference in this game. As Atlanta bats in the 6th. It was a couple of years ago, the Braves junior team won the World Series. They love their senior division championship tonight. They're inching a little bit closer, but we've got a game, Candy.
We got a ball game. I mean, talking about if the Houston Astros were able to score one run, it was going to turn into a ball game, and here we are.
He wasn't kidding when he had to warm up. I mean, as in maybe pitch. Meanwhile, Barfield back to work in the 6th. Marian Dozier, the batter. He's an Ozzie Albies fan. He wants to be an international pilot.
Wow.
Hey, dream big.
He loves to travel.
Painted on the corner for a strike.
I believe that this should be the last inning for Barfield. Knowing the amount of pitches he already thrown, and he worked yesterday, I should say.
Hey, right to you, Ben. Right to you, Ben. You ready?
Favorite movie, The Sandlot. You have to be a Braves fan if you're in Atlanta. Waving a miss. Down on strikes goes Dozier. On the 90th pitch of the night from the southpaw, Jaden Barfield.
And his 90th pitch. He has some muster in that one. Up in the zone.
This is Trey Callaway. The Mizzou commit. 0 for 2 in the game. Remember, this Atlanta team, they lost 2 games already this week. Houston's gone undefeated. One of the losses for the Braves came to the Houston club a couple of days ago.
Well, it doesn't matter how you got here. The most important thing is to get here. And here we are. And so far, they're on top of the 6th inning.
6 outs to go. Callaway takes. Barfield wanted to strike out, didn't get him. Barfield's pretty calm and collected on the mound. He's a little more animated now in a couple of these last few pitches.
I don't know, my friend, but that pitch looked pretty good to me.
I think he was checking in on his catcher to make sure everybody's okay. Meanwhile, we've got activity rolling in these bullpens just in case. John Moya throwing in the bullpen.
It looks like Mr. Wade start with another lefty.
Well, that just missed 2, ball 4. Callaway draws the 1-out walk, and now Barfield closing in on 100 pitches. Let's see this one again. Just a little bit outside?
Just a little bit outside. That'll be a pinch runner.
Devin Lee, a Tuskegee product. He's going to run for the catcher Callaway. Showing you the importance now of maybe getting another run home for the Braves. Bruce Weich will bat. Robinson Jr. just about fell on top of Lee.
That was a nice walk anyway, you know, when you see it. Trying to create something with 1 out.
Barfield misses badly. See how much longer he might be in that game. The pitch count numbers, I think 105. Looks like a pretty good pitch, but it gets away from Frisado, and it's going to be a free base. Boy, Lee took a huge turnaround second. I thought he might even try and advance 2 bases.
Well, you know, right there you can see that Frisado didn't do a good job staying with that pitch. You cannot let go that pitch and put your runner in scoring position. Well, he just reached the century mark with that last pitch for Barfield.
56 strikes on that triple-digit pitch count.
I truly believe this should be the last hitter he will be facing.
One-run game here in the top of the 6th of a 7-inning game. Another one that kicks away. So ball 4, but also a wild pitch.
The other one had to be pass ball. And here, great effort trying to block that pitch. But now, again, the Atlanta Braves, 1 man in scoring position.
So a quick strikeout to begin the inning. But now runners on the corners with 1 gone. Looks like Moya has been the DH. I've seen him swing the bat a couple of times. Ready to come on and work and try and work himself out of a jam here in this Atlanta 6th inning.
Well, we've seen it all. We saw pass balls, a wild pitch, and now an opportunity for the Atlanta Braves to get 1 more across the board.
We'll step aside and come back with a new pitcher in a moment from Vero.
The Cubs Nike RBI program connects communities. Tonight, you saw 2 neighborhoods play each other. We want to connect them using baseball and or softball. But the kids get on the field and they realize, hey, they're just like me, and they find things in common, and then they become friends. So it's just building connection and kind of breaking down barriers.
Eli, Tony, Aiden, Julian, Fern, let's go, boys. The Cubs Nike RBI program really helps support a lot of the neighborhoods. For us in Little Village, they've been a sponsor for our Little League. So we got new lights, we got a batting cage. My boys have been given opportunities to even give back to the community.
This is my first year in the Cubs Nike RBI program, and so far the experience has been amazing. You know, I've gotten to go to so many places off of this and gotten so many opportunities to engage in community work and like educational things, academic-wise too. And I've grown as a player and a person too off of this program.
There you go, do it again. The impact from our Cubs Nike RBI programs is we start as young as 5 years old and we carry on all the way through 22 years old. But then we don't stop there.
My role is a field coordinator. Every day I set up the field, I do score, and then after the game I talk to the coaches. They tell me which player of the game they want me to take a picture of, and then that's shown on the Cubs social media.
It's so valuable for families to see that we're still inclusive. Even after they graduate from college, we have opportunities for them.
Hey, welcome back to the 2023 Nike RBI World Series from the Jackie Robinson Training Complex in just breathtaking, beautiful Vero Beach, Florida. With Candy Maldonado and Sandy Charles down in the field, I'm Brett Dolden. Get the Chamber of Commerce on the phone. We need a photo of that sunset, Candy. I mean, that is spectacular.
It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Hey, let's check in downstairs with Sandy.
Yes, thank you. It has been a special week for this Astros Nike RBI, especially the Youth Academy. 35 athletes from the Astros Youth Academy signed to play college softball and baseball. I spoke with Astros manager Daryl Wade, and he told me it's huge. It's so special, and you can tell he was getting emotional about it because when they first started, he said they only had enough kids to fit in the batting cages, and now they're doing it out on the field in the stadium, and he said he's so thankful to have the support of the community.
Yeah, great stuff, Sandy. I was there at the Academy the day they opened it, and Bob Watson the Bull was there, and Jimmy Wynn the Toy Cannon was there. And
wow.
You know, you just seen the growth of this program as John Moya comes on the pitch, inheriting a couple of base runners.
The Toy Cannon.
What do they like to say? Powerful things come in small packages?
Yeah.
Breaking ball misses, and Weish is just going to trot to second base. No throw offered. So now 2 men in scoring position. Tyrell Wyatt, the batter, he's walked on both of his previous plate appearances.
Well, the Atlanta Braves continue putting pressure.
Well, Fasado had an adventure behind the plate, but that was a tough block.
Kept it in front.
Don't know if he had that glove turned the he wanted to, but he played it on his short eye.
I kept it in front.
He sure did. Tell you what, if you hit a ball to the outfield right now, as an outfielder, Candy, you better not lose track of it. You better pay attention during this twilight.
Yep, yep. You have to follow it from the home plate. You can see from here that it's a little bit more dark in the home play area.
It's ball 3.
And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, if the Atlanta Braves are putting a lot of pressure. That's their third stolen base in this game.
Big pitch here from Moya. And that is ball 4. Remember, this inning started with a strikeout. Since then, walk, walk, walk with a pass ball, a wild pitch, and a stolen base mixed in.
That's the 7th walk for this offense tonight.
Kind of flirting with some trouble or some danger with that number of walks.
You mentioned they're aggressive on the base bats, and now there's a great opportunity for the Atlanta Braves. With one base hit, they can put this game again 2 runs ahead.
Actually in a better situation, all right? Let's go, come on, you got it.
Here's Matthew Evans. We've seen him defensively. Now at the bat, hitting with the bases loaded. Had an older brother drafted out of UNC Charlotte, was a former state champion, so he comes from a baseball family. I love the mic'd up, though, don't you, with our young men out there on the field?
Oh, yes.
Houston left the bases loaded in the bottom of the 5th. Atlanta has loaded them up in the top of the 6th. Evans reaching for that one, fouls it away.
A little desperate. Those 2 swings, after the walk, and really divorced from the strike zone. He swung at the first pitch, and now he went after a ball away from the zone.
See how far he makes this ball miss off the corner. That was a pretty good 2-strike pitch.
Spoiling those pitches.
You don't want to give up a hit 0-2, though, with the bases loaded to the 9-hole hitter if you can help it.
And Matthew Evans fighting. He knows the importance of this at bat.
2-strike pitch. Defensive swing, but he stays alive. Able to spoil it.
That was beautiful. I mean, being able to stay with that pitch and at least foul it off. But right now, Matthew is swinging at everything that has thrown. This is the time that you can go up in the zone if you're a pitcher.
Clubbed to left. Lumpkins underneath it. He's going to make the catch. The pinch runner Lee will score. The throw goes down to third. It's in time to end the inning. But Atlanta gets a big insurance run. In the pinch runner Lee, rather than the catcher, was able to score in that sac fly. But a double play ends it. Moya gets 2 outs, but it's a 3-1 Braves lead through 5.5.
Three things that we really pride ourselves on here in St. Paul is accessibility, affordability, and opportunity. The positive relationship that we've had with MLB and the Minnesota Twins Community Fund, it has allowed us to essentially be worry-free, knowing that we'll have access to funding, equipment, and training for our coaches.
On the ground, too, you gotta go. To have the support and the backing of the Twins means everything. It pushes me to want to continue to do better. It's not necessarily always about winning or losing, but giving everybody a chance.
I come back to the RBI because it really helps me, it welcomes me. I'm from Nigeria, and I started playing baseball when I was 11. In Nigeria, I didn't even know baseball was a thing, so when I got here, it was hard, but Coach Justice has helped me.
When I first got him, he didn't know how to swing a bat, didn't know how to catch a ball at all, and then now this year, he made his varsity team. It's remarkable to see where he's come from.
Baseball, it's helped me connect to more people and meeting more people to help me too with my families and stuff.
Bro, once I see the center fielder, his attitude, his push to want to be better, I think makes everybody better. People feed off of his energy so much, and continuing to watch him grow is amazing.
I didn't expect all of this from just playing RBI, so it's really nice. It's special to me.
Kenny, let's go back and look at that final play that ended the top of the 6th inning.
Well, let me tell you, for me, Matthew Evans did a great job. He swung at everything, but got the pitch to get this important RBI, as you can see the replay, and then thrown out.
Is he safe at third?
It looks safe. There's no replay here, so
we'll play on. Houston, though, got to within a run, now down 2. As Sandy mentioned this last inning about all the young players in Houston that signed their letters of intent at Minute Maid the other day. One guy we haven't mentioned, I think we need to before we get any further into this game, is Bryce Matthews, 28th overall pick, first-round pick by the Astros just about a month ago. As Matthew Torres bats. You're talking about a young man who came through this program, a Houston native, went to Atascocita High School, then Nebraska, drafted in the first round by the team. So these young men like Matthew Torres, they're wearing an Astros jersey, maybe dreaming, maybe someday of wearing that at the big league level.
Oh, yeah.
Bryce Matthews did. You talk about a full circle moment. Was that catch made? It was not around that dugout at first. What a great story this year for Houston to have a former RBI alum taken in the first round by their parent organization.
And it's a dream come true. You know, I'm sure that he will always remember that moment and everything that happens, and especially signing with the team that
incredible.
It's in your casa, your home.
Last night, playing in the minor leagues in Fayetteville, he had a walk-off hit, and he sent these Houston kids a text message saying basically, it's go time. And that applies right now. There you go, from the Astros Youth Academy to being a first-round pick. I mean, I don't know who the script writer is for that, but they have earned their keep.
That's a beautiful thing.
Bryce might be watching now and saying, it is go time, guys. Let's find a way.
Believe me, it is. Well, they got what they needed.
That is ball 4. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. Sunset tonight continues to be spectacular as we maneuver into the bottom of the 6th, and just like that, Houston with a free base runner. 85 pitches in for Brandon Stevens. And I think we might have a pinch runner over at first.
Yes, it is. But it's funny,
Ariando
Brett,
Henderson?
when you look at back-to-back innings for the Atlanta Braves, they have scored a run without getting a base hit. The 5th and the 6th inning.
That's right. In fact, they only have the 1 RBI, and that was the sac fly last inning.
Yep.
We were told Robert Robinson had the hot bat this week. He has 1 of 3 hits for Houston, and he's going to pop one up back over the screen and on top of our roof.
And it's funny because all 3 runs have come after the walk. You'll see the replay here.
With a high pitch, another foul ball.
Well, Houston, it's time to take off.
Time to launch.
Time to launch.
Astros left him loaded in the 5th. How about the job, though, done by Brandon Stevens so far tonight for the Braves RBI program?
Yes, he has done a tremendous job. It's been so far very economic with his pitches, 88 so far. Only 2 strikeouts. But they made some plays behind him and kept this offense.
I got a cat and mouse game going on here.
Only with 3 hits.
Good pitch. Wave and a miss. Throw down to second base was dropped.
Oh.
Looked like Henderson might be erased on a strike him out, throw him out. He gets the base. Robinson K's for the first out of this inning.
Well, he made it close because that was a breaking ball. He was able to make that throw to second. And right there, just a little bit late in making that straight decision. But still, he was out by a mile if he would have catched that ball.
Evans got rolled a bit at second base. It's Vincent Smith. A huge play in the Braves semifinal win. There was an obstruction call at the plate. Just a wild collision. Atlanta thought they had the out. Obstruction was given. It put them down 2 runs going to the 7th, where they would then score 4. All of their damage coming with 2 outs. And right now, Houston down to its final 5 outs. Chop at a third. Dozier, I'm not sure that was the play. Safe at second base. Candy, he didn't take the out at first, and Henderson gets back.
Those are the plays that drive a manager crazy. And right here, he turns one, let the runner go.
Just a fielder's choice, no play, but it felt like he had that second out at first base if he wanted it.
If you trade an out for an RBI, I mean, 2 outs right there. Now you open the door again for this team of the Astros, which have been the best offensive club.
Did he need to throw that ball earlier in that sequence?
Sure, yeah.
We've seen John Moya bat. We've seen him pitch. Is it any surprise he's wearing 17?
Not at all.
Okay. That's the number. Hard hit to second. Could be 2. There's 1. The flip to first, and it gets by Chandler. And Henderson, with a gifted trip around the bases, will score after all that, and it's back to a 1-run game. That looked tailor-made.
Yep, it was. And E6.
Number 14, left fielder Brendan Lumpkin Jr.
And Moya also went to second, where he represents the tying run. He's going to be pinch run for by Patrick Lewis. Now that he's the pitcher, I guess you can run for him. And Lewis represents the tying run with that brand spanking white jersey on. Baseball and a football player. Says he has a 5.6 GPA. I didn't even know that they went that high. I didn't even know that was possible. But right now, he's going to try and navigate his way around to tie the game. And this is Lumpkins, who's 0 for 2.
Well, let's see if the Astros take advantage of that mental mistake. But this would have been the last out. If you throw the first, you get 1. Ground ball to short. Boom. Well, you leave an opportunity for this Astro team to tie the ball game here.
Lumpkins right on that pitch, fouled it back. Stevens now, much like Barfield earlier, approaching triple digits. That's a calm countenance. I got to believe on the inside, a little more turmoil going on right now. Got back.
Threw a changeup right there to stay up in the zone. Well, both managers riding their horses to the end.
Another one fouled away by Lumpkin. Big pitch. Tying run in scoring position. Here it comes. He almost took that out of the glove of the catcher Callaway so late on that swing.
That's a good changeup again. Lucky stay with it.
Quick conversation on the mound between Callaway and Stevens as he's ready for pitch number 99. He's in full lather on a humid Florida evening.
And Brad, those mental errors are worse than the one you commit physical errors or bad throws. They just get you out of sync.
Another 1-2 pitch. Fouled right at the plate again.
Now the changeup.
ready to flip his odometer over to 100. Let's see this two-strike swing.
A little tardy. Little tardy in that one, but stayed alive.
Lewis, the runner at second. Little floater out in the left. This is trouble. It's going to drop. Lewis is going to be held up, and he runs through the stop sign. The throw home is not in time, and the tying run scores. Off the bench, Lewis scores on the bloop to left. He kept running right through the stop sign, and we are tied at 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You give second chances to a great team, they're going to bite you. And here it is. After 2 change-ups, a little curveball, and just place it where nobody was.
There's the stop sign. It's oh, no, no, yes. When you see him score, dirtying up that white uniform. And look at the celebration in the dugout for Houston. Just to get back to even. Candy, this inning should have been over a while ago. Now they've scored twice.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
You know, you take the out of first, the guy advances third, and then you get the ground ball to short. Would have been out of the inning.
How about Lumpkins, though, fouling off pitch after pitch before he finally just put that ball in play?
Well, the same at bat that you had with Matthew Evans. He was swinging at everything and got a little breaking ball. Boom.
And we get a pitching change. We'll step aside, come back with a new hurler. Brand new game, tied at 3. Back in a moment.
Cleveland RBI is really one of a kind. The Guardians have stepped in amazingly.
Nice to meet you too.
Anything we need, equipment, uniforms, they have given us. Players interact with them, play catch with them.
That's real.
And ask them any question they want.
And know who you are as a baseball player and just go out there and be confident. I think it's the little interactions like that where we can talk about baseball and what the strengths are when it comes to like moving to the next level. We can relate to them and they don't see us as these big superstars. To them, it's really special, which means all the world to me.
It was very cool to see like all the players that I admire, that they're willing to take their time to talk to us. We went into the outfield, caught some fly balls.
My confidence just went from low to high, so I just enjoyed every single bit of it. Last year, Maestro and Josh Nina, they went to a game. Come on. Yeah, MLB players coming to our game to come watch us play and have fun. It's amazing.
Oh, coming here and then.
For me, it's important because, you know, as a kid, you look at, you know, other people having success and you want to know why. Having the opportunity to, you know, see them working on the cage with us, it's special to be with them.
The Guardians and back to Salt. Everyone sees what Cleveland RBI is. They see the opportunities we are getting. They're gonna want to come and be like, hey, I want to be a part of Cleveland RBI now.
Good luck with everything, bro.
Thank you guys. Thank you
luck.
guys.
Good luck, my friend.
Good luck this season. Good luck this season. Thank you.
If you want highlights, Quick Pitch has you covered. Packing all the day's biggest plays into one lightning fast hour. Relive today, preview tomorrow on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings only on MLB Network. Good to see Taylor McGregor hosting QP this week. Meanwhile, here's Devin Nicholas Tallington. Now, his coach said he is the biggest personality on this team out of Rust College. Young man who wants to pursue a career in law enforcement. Right now he wants to pursue the third out because Houston has tied the game. They have a chance to take the lead.
They have a chance, a big chance with a knock to take the lead. And it's amazing. You look back and you're going to be thinking about that play in particular. But here we go.
And there's some life right now in that Houston dugout.
A new ball game.
They will explode if Levick gets a base hit. He's 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch.
Whoa.
Here's the mic'd up from this dugout celebration. I would say Vernon Clay's fired up. What about you?
You think that's not important?
Right. I mean, you think this doesn't mean something, you'd be wrong. These kids,
it's huge.
They've been working towards this event. And let's reset for both of these organizations. They are thrilled to be here in the championship game. But obviously, the real thrill comes from celebrating a championship. For both of these teams to get to this point, it's a big moment.
Only one can win it.
Three and one to Lubbock. Remember, he was the son of the plumber that Coach Wade encountered, brought him into the program.
And here it is.
Here he is. Hit out towards right center field. Weish back. He's there. He's got it. Inning over. But Astros score a pair. Ties things up at 3 apiece. Tallington gets the big out. And now it's the Braves coming to bat at the top of the 7th. Tied at 3 apiece. Well, yesterday Atlanta was down to its final out, in danger of losing to Newark. They would have been eliminated. But things got exciting for Atlanta. Pushed to the brink of a loss. Got a huge swing from Colin Brightwell. And this was the swing of the day from Devin Chandler. He looked like he was going to have a 2-run homer. Drove it to the fence in left center. A 2-run double. Look at the excitement. That made it 7-5. Big personality, big swing for Devin Chandler.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what you love to see.
I thought he was going to keep going all the way to the outfield with that dance. So 5-3. Ended up winning 7-5. So they're not trailing here, Candy Maldonado, but a little bit of steam is coming out of the sequence. They need to regain the lead.
Well, sometimes, you know, you give opportunities to a great team, and they're going to take advantage of it. And at this point, we saw the play that should have been an out in first. Pursuit trying to get the runner, and it opened the door for the Houston Astros, which been the best hitting team so far in this tournament.
Well, here's your last 10 champions. Last year, the White Sox. In fact, they won both the juniors and the seniors. Really a nice mix of some different organizations. What you don't see is Atlanta. What you don't see is Houston. That will change tonight. Which team will be there in 2023? Well, stay tuned to find out.
Would it be this inning that we'll find out?
I don't think I'm inclined to say yes to that. Wasn't that long ago, just 2 years ago. It was Atlanta and Houston in the World Series. It was the Braves winning at Minute Maid Park in Game 6. Brian Snitker, 4+ decades in baseball, and I know his players were thrilled for him. And I know the Braves would be happy for Willie Slayton because this is his 3rd year. And he's in corporate America. I mean, he's a director of analytics. Not this week, he said. He's off this week. But he also runs the Tribe in Atlanta. So, you know, his goal, whether it's been through travel ball, whether it's been through RBI, is to help these young men get school paid for. And he's done a great job with that.
And you have to applaud, you know, each one of those that are involved, managers, coaches, not only for these 2 teams. I believe all the teams that have been involved in this RBI program who take their time and dedication and willing to help those youngsters.
I would agree. As Ethan Garrett waves and misses. In fact, when Tony Regans was up here, I almost said that to him. The fact that you have such high caliber and tremendous individual like Coach Wade, Coach Slayton, and others, and their staffs have been fantastic, entrusted with shaping these young men, just speaks to the impact that RBI has had on so many people.
And teaching them respect, not only for the game, but your peers, your family, your friends. Discipline behind all this.
Moya wanted that pitch. He gets away with a miss here. 2-2 to Garrett. Leadoff hitter, top of the lineup, top of the 7th. Tomahawk to center, base hit. Good beginning for Atlanta on the Ethan Garrett hit. He has 2 in the game.
Well, here we go.
Number 1 center fielder, Colin Brightwell.
They stayed up.
I don't think Moya wanted that pitch that hot.
Made him pay.
Now, how daring are you to run, Candy, with the left-handed pitcher?
Well, they're going to be aggressive. They're going to be aggressive and put the pressure on the Astros.
We have seen Brightwell try to bunt a couple of times, but he hasn't been able to drop one down. So we'll see if Team Blur, fast as a blur, might try and move the runners.
I would think so. I would think so, knowing that this is the inning.
Long pause from Moya, not going. Pitcher strike to Brightwell, who's 0 for 3 so far this evening. Moya can't keep that hat on his head, but he'll just keep fighting that.
Smaller one or a bigger one?
Bigger hat or a smaller head, or
both?
Might be easier to get the hat.
No.
I'll tell you what, Brightwell's frustrated. He's had a couple of chances to try and drop down a bunt, hasn't been able to do so.
Very incorrect way to bunt. You got to show that bat in front of you. Can't keep it close. It's got to be at least a foot in front of you so you can see the ball and try to catch it with your barrel.
You need a dip in your knees too, right, to get the rather than the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Another long pause, and the pitch. Strike 3 called at the belt, inside corner. A big first out in the 7th inning from Moya.
Huge out, and you can see here he painted the inside corner, little framing action. But yes, it was.
Mrs. Bradley. He's 0 for 3. He ripped the ball to center his last time in when we were talking about him and his dad, and just hit one to Lovick, who was shaded way over in the gap, and he's doing the same thing here as Garrett draws a throw.
Well, yeah, Bradley, good time to also put a hit and run together.
That ball hit the knob of the bat for a foul ball. Hit the back of the bat. That's frustrating.
Yeah. And stepping in his hat, too. Moyas.
So Moya gave up the leadoff single, but struck out Brightwell. Pitch to Bradley. A little bit down, a little bit in.
You got to get tired. Picking up your hat. Throwing the ball. I believe.
So we said 21 hat pickups.
Yeah.
So far.
We keep going.
Tell you what, those socks though that's an 80 grade on the Scout scale. Found back towards our truck.
There you go, 22.
22. Those are socks. Look at that. That's got to be the Houston skyline, right?
Yes, it
H-town?
is. Now they have that in the big league too.
His high school again, Pearland. For so many years, Pearland was sending teams to the Little League World Series. Moya now part of the Nike RBI World Series. And he gets another one fouled back and out of play up the bat of Bradley.
The hitters are getting beat. And his fastball, I don't know if it's deceiving, but they're late. Only that great line drive from Ethan Garrett. Other than that, you can see the rest of the hitters are a little late in those pitches.
Off and going is Garrett. And he's going to swipe it. The ball popped loose. Felt like Garrett might have spun his wheels just a bit on the takeoff, but there was a lot of conversation about him running earlier. See if he nearly fell. He had to keep those feet moving, stay upright.
So here we go. him a little long to get him rolling.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Bradley.
So you got a go-ahead run and second base. Here we go.
Maybe Atlanta just does their best work in the 7th inning.
We shall see now.
Ooh, on the wallet.
That hurts.
And a couple of base runners now on base for Atlanta. Oh, got him on the 7th.
7 or 8. It doesn't matter, it hurts.
Devin Lee is going to now run for Bradley. Lee pinch ran in the 6th and scored on that sac fly from Matthew Evans that at the time being gave Atlanta a 3-1 lead. Houston got a pair of runs back in the 6th. And now it is the cleanup hitter, Devin Chandler, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored, batting, try to put his team back in front.
And that's the guy you want. That's the guy you want at the plate in this situation.
Garrett at second. Lee at first. That's a swing, I think, and it. Check swing, full strike.
Good pitch right there. Knowing that he was going to be an aggressive Chandler. Anything close to the plate.
Just a little bit out.
Good changeup. Looks like a screwball.
Sada tried to bring it back and frame it. Top of the 7th, tie game. The pitch is floating just a little bit on.
Yeah, let that one go. So here we go. Fortunately, you have to come to him now.
Devin Chandler has a year of college baseball under his belt. Watches that one miss high, so it's 3-1. Moya fighting it now.
Now as a hitter, you have to look for one pitch. It's got to be your pitch. You don't want to chase anything away from this. You're looking for something middle in. It was there. You go for it.
Big pitch in this game. Here it comes. Wave and a miss.
Changeup. Changeup.
Well, he was sitting on the fastball, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He threw him that screwball.
That had some movement to it, too. Look at that pained expression from Devin Chandler. Three game, 7th inning. If we had the pitch timer, Moya would not like it right now. Nor would it like him.
Not at all.
You know, I don't mind a mound visit. I hate to do it 3-2, Kenny. It just feels like
confusing.
You're in that rhythm, right? Where it's a verdict pitch.
Let's go. But after he threw that great screwball, now you are thinking as a hitter, 3-2, he can come back. or sending the fastball.
These two have to get together at some point.
Oh, boy.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Chandler. Moya's pitch. Tomahawked into left for a base hit. Garrett around third. He will slam on the brakes, and the bases are loaded for Atlanta.
Great at bat by Chandler. And the Braves keep coming.
And how about this? We're going to take a look at the base hit. Went out and got one off the end of the bat.
Well, that screwball stayed up a little bit. A great piece of hitting by Chandler. Being able to pull that ball.
They were hoping that would lead to a run. It did not. And the batter, by the way, is going to be L.J. Estrada. Now, he's one of the many catchers. He has not played in this game to this point. His father is the catching coach, Johnny Estrada, 7-year MLB veteran. And as Coach Slayton told us before the game, this is the last game as father and son together. LJ will be on his way to Central Alabama Community College. So the last time father and son are together working for the same purpose. There's a little bit of emotion in that, but now LJ comes to the plate 0 for 6 in this tournament. If he gets a hit here, he'll put his team in front, and the infield is in all the way around.
Would it be something, huh? It would be something. Daddy seeing his son getting the RBI to put ahead his team.
First one misses. Another Heritage School product. Just graduated, on his way to college soon. Bases full of Braves. Wave to miss.
A changeup. He's seen a little bit of everything.
Next one from Moya. Cut on and missed. Just one out this inning. You know Moya would love to get at least one here. Try and keep this game tied. Give his team a chance to walk it off and win it in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah.
I think that's Dad right there at the edge of the dugout talking to him.
Now you have to go the other way. Look at that. He made the adjustment. Spread his legs.
Boy, Dad's encouraging right now. He's walking out of that dugout. He's talking. I don't care how many years you played in the big leagues. When your blood is in the box,
yeah.
Oh boy.
Here it is, man. Let's think the other way.
Moya gets the K.
Goodness.
And a fist pump as well on out number 2.
Wow. I don't know, man. Being me, I thought that pitch was a little bit outside.
LJ didn't like it. Moya certainly did. 2 gone. And it's up to Trey Callaway.
Big pitch for Moya and the Houston Astros.
Callaway's 0 for 2. It's a case where as a hitter you can't help but want to be aggressive and to be the guy that delivers for his team. On the other hand, Moya, despite his good stuff, he has had pitches floating out of the zone as well.
Right. But sometimes it's tough when there's a pitch that you can't hit because it's too far.
That would be the pitch.
Yeah.
That's the one. Did the hitters not see that coming out of his hand?
It's very tough. It's very tough sometimes with some good pitchers, especially if they throw the fastball the same way they throw their changeup from the same spot. It gets you a little bit in front, and that's what it takes.
Bases full of Braves. Tie game, 7th inning. Wave to miss. The hat comes off again. Moya's a strike away from ending it. The anticipation building for maybe a walk-off in the bottom of the frame. Work to be done here, and like every left-hander, that hat's on just a little bit crooked for Moya. He's in full lather. He's hit a batter, giving up a couple of singles. Trey Callaway. Oh, he wanted to swing, but he laid off. Each pitch, each dugout responding and reacting.
It's huge. This at bat, 2 outs, 3 men on base.
30 pitches this inning alone. That's why he's in full lather. Will number 31 give Coach Wade a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the inning? Here it comes. A chopper to the left side. Fielded by Clay. Loads up the throw to first. Not in time.
Yes.
And a run will score. The Braves have jumped back in front on an infield single from Trey Callaway. Houston couldn't believe it. Atlanta celebrates. They're back in front.
There's some speed.
Coach Wade out for a conversation.
Well, we can see the replay here. That double pump. He was safe.
I think so, wasn't he?
He was safe.
This will be the best angle.
Yeah.
He's safe.
Put in the bag.
Good call. Robinson Jr. reacting. Maybe it was just this extra little tap. But he put on a strong throw to first.
That little extra pump in the glove, that was a step.
Well,
that was Devon Lee. Callaway. Wow. What a big at bat. What a big relief for the Braves.
And Bruce White just been on base all 3 times. Now he's singled and walked twice. So not only does Atlanta have the lead, now they're in a position to look for some insurance. Moya continues to soldier into this inning. He might throw 40 pitches this frame. Remember, he got 2 outs on that sac fly play at third last inning, but this has been his inning from the beginning. Good pitch.
Excellent changeup.
A lot of traffic on the bases. For Atlanta, they've played to the run they're sitting. They've never trailed, but now back in front.
You get a lot of credit Galloway because he didn't give up. He just flew to first.
He smelled a hit. And an RBI.
A little double clutch to the shortstop.
Mile high fly ball to left. Does Lumpkin see it? He does, and he will make the catch. But Atlanta has regained the lead. They lead the bases loaded, but they're back in front. It's 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Astros need a run to tie and 2 to win. And Candy, it was an infield single with 2 outs that put Atlanta, the Braves Nike RBI, back in front.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. You can hear they bring down here. You see that little pump there, that extra pump. It gave him that little extra step and good speed. Created the run that is put the Atlanta Braves ahead, but not giving up in a ground ball. You can see that at the end, it can be huge for you.
5 teams apiece. 4-3 our score as we go to the bottom of the 7th. We're here at Dodger Town, the Jackie Robinson Training Complex in Vero Beach. I just love these old photos. So much history here. And of course, the Dodgers built this complex so that their black and white players could live together. There wasn't the segregation of the South at this time. And, you know, there was the golf course and the swimming pool and all the Dodger icons from yesteryear. And
Walter Lasson.
Candy was part of this back in the day. I could watch these pictures all day, but speaking of Candy Maldonado, boy, how about this? How about Johnny B, Dusty Baker?
With the hard day of America. Long time, 1981.
Oh my goodness, I like that hat right there. That's a good looking hat. Dusty was styling even back then.
I know, he's always been one of those styling.
And there's the number 42, retired across baseball. Meanwhile, Atlanta's going to bring on a new pitcher. We've talked a lot about Matthew Evans tonight, what he did defensively. He had the sac fly to put his team in front in the 6th. And now he's on the pitch in the bottom of the 7th. Atlanta 3 outs away from winning the Nike RBI World Series Senior Division Championship.
What a ball game, huh? What a ball game.
Part of the lineup 2, 3, and 4 for Houston. Here's Clay. He takes one down for a ball. Evans is the 3rd pitcher used today by Atlanta.
This is a game of inches and opportunities.
Clay had a big RBI single back in the 5th. Right now he wants to get on base. And he is ahead in the count. 2-1.
I always say good things happen when you run hard to the base, and we just witnessed that.
How about that, beginning to the bottom of the 7th. Shot to the gap in right center. Clay with a wide turn. It's a leadoff single. The tying run on base. Nobody out. Bottom of the 7th.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Good piece of hitting right there. They're trying to pull that ball. Excellent.
Good job by the Braves to cut this ball off. I thought maybe it might just bounce to the gap, but Brightwell used his speed to play it.
Let's see how Mr. Darrell Wade will play this.
Donovan Jordan, the 3-hole hitter, who hit that home run against Atlanta earlier this week in a 7-3 win, is 0 for 2 today. All of a sudden it's 2-0. And I think this might be a time for a conversation. Callaway with the big single to put his team in front walks to the mound. And these youngsters that have stuck around, I think we got a few kids from Puerto Rico downstairs having a good time in the stand.
Yeah, well, the Latinos.
And this is what I like about playing this game at night. There's our young men from Puerto Rico. You can just bring all the fans here.
The other side, I think, are from Dominican.
I think it adds a little life playing under the lights here at Holman Stadium.
Well, it was quiet for the first few innings, so.
Jordan was late on that one.
Good pitch. Very good pitch.
Remember, Jordan was intentionally walked last time in, and he tries to sneak a bunt up the line.
Well, you don't expect that from your 3rd hitter, but you want that bat. See his numbers in this situation.
Evans has battled back to even the count of 2 apiece. Tomahawk foul outside of 3rd.
That one right there has some mustard. It sounded good, but foul.
Jordan rolls one back up the middle. A flip to second for an out. Back to first. Not in time to get the double play. So Jordan does reach, but now one gone. Atlanta 2 outs away from the championship.
I'm trying to think, up the middle. He's got this ball right here. Why he didn't went after it himself? I know that carries on to his left. But you have to make sure one. That's the most important thing. And right now, the Houston Astros 2 out away.
And Fasado, the batter. Walk back in the second. Out to right, base hit. Houston still alive. Jordan will stop at second. The tying run is in scoring position. The winning run is at first.
2 great pieces of hitting when it comes down to the base hit. He just punched it out into the opposite field. As you can see in the replay here. Yes, made contact. Yes, sir. You know they're alive. What a game.
Put a pinch runner over at first. And the batter is Matthew Torres.
So for 2. What a walk. Scored a run.
One ball but a strike. Jordan maybe not as fast as Clay, who was forced.
It's going to be the biggest game for Matthew Evans. It's the beauty of it.
Hooked on the ground to third. The throw's going to go to second for the out. Runners are on the corners now. But 2 outs in the 7th inning. That time Dozier didn't hesitate, did he?
No,
he was going
this time he went there, and he played great because that ball took a little weird hop. As you can see here, the replay. It stayed down.
Oh, he stayed with it.
And he stayed with it. They're not over the woods yet.
Well, speaking of script writers, would it be something if a player named Robinson came through with the big hit here at Dodger Town? How about this? Lifted high in the air. Deep left center field. Back to the fence. It's going to drop, but it takes a bounce and hops over the fence. It would have won the game had it stayed in play. Instead, we are tied on a book rule double by Robert Robinson. If it hits the base of the fence and kicks back, Houston would have won it.
What a baseball game, ladies and gentlemen. And that ball was hit in the butt. Wow.
Oh my goodness, that bounce, if it clips the fence on the carom, Houston celebrating a championship. But on the bounce, it saved the Braves for the time being.
He thought he had it.
Robinson here at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex. He thinks he's won the game. He doesn't realize that Torres has to go back to third. He was chugging around. He was ready to walk it off, and then he thought, oh no.
So we're tied.
And it's up to Vincent Smith.
With 2 outs.
Smith trying to play hero. Swings through, strike 1. On the biggest swing of the night, somewhat unfortunate. That one rolls away from Callaway. No chance. Torres will try and score.
Was cool. That ball was hit. And that's the deepest part of this ballpark.
I thought that was going to be off the shin guard of Callaway and maybe rolling too far away for him to have a play. Torres the third represents the winning run in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fouled back, and now Atlanta's a pitch away from sending us to extras.
All the action that happened last couple innings, you know, it's been fun.
In the air to left center. And we will go to the 8th. Houston gets a run to tie, but a ground rule double kept the ball in play, and on we go to the 8th inning.
We're here at the Rangers Youth Academy, where the Nike RBI Southwest Regionals have taken place, and the Houston Astros have just defeated the Texas Rangers 8-6.
It's no better feeling because this team, we put in a lot of hard work, and we've just been trying to come back again and win it this time for real.
We have a little bit of unfinished business with this group right here, so it was great to see them actually compete, come out, and take each step to get them back to the World Series.
The Nike RBI program has been a great advantage for all these athletes. It's been a big stage for them to participate in, to compete at the next level, and I've seen these kids grow through our develops programs, and across the nation we have academies, so these kids take it serious and are excited to go to that next level.
That means a lot. Everybody don't get an opportunity to come out here and play like we do, and then representing the team of Texas and Astro organization is just fun.
Our program has grown so much, and it really is a benefit for these kids to actually come out, be able to utilize the baseball league that we have at the Youth Academy through the Nike RBI League, and really help those kids grow.
RBI program is the best thing that happened to me on the field and off. On the field, we work out every day. They give us workouts to get us stronger, faster, and better at the game. And off the field, they just teach us to be a better man and just to be the best person we can be.
Welcome back to the 2023 Nike RBI World Series from the Jackie Robinson Training Complex in Vero Beach, Florida. With Candy Maldonado and Sandy Charles down in the field, I'm Brett Golden. Speaking of Robinson, it was Robert Robinson who thought he had won the game with a blast. And watch this ball. When it bounces, if it hits the fence and stays in play, it's over. But the carom over the top of the fence forced Torres back to third. Instead of a 5-4 win, we stay tied at 4. And Moya and the Astros back in the field in the top of the 8th. Little conversation amongst the Astros. Houston's not had a lead yet in this game. They thought they had one at the best possible time, but now Moya, who threw a ton of pitches in the 7th inning and gave up a run on an infield single with 2 outs. He's going to face 8, 9, and 1. Wyatt, Evans, and Garrett, the scheduled hitters.
And you wonder why, because, you know, he has to use only 2 pitchers. I'm sure that he's got other arms that he can use. And Moya's arm has got to be fatigued because he threw a lot of pitches in that last inning.
This is Wyatt. He's walked all 3 times he's been to the plate tonight.
I know for sure it's been at least 47 times that he dropped his hat. Never seen nothing like that in the game.
Could Wyatt really walk all 4 times? He's come to the plate.
No, he walked.
Big wave and a miss. He wasn't thinking base on balls there. Young men having a good time at Holman Stadium, waiting to see which team is going to win the senior division championship. Well, that looked pretty good, didn't it?
A little bit high. Give an opportunity. Behind the count now. See the replay.
I don't know about that. That back right over the screen.
That was a good hack. Well, my boys from Puerto Rico, they can be loud, huh?
Loud and proud.
But they're having fun, so. They're having fun.
Payoff pitch. Socked to left. Hit well. Down the line. How about the run and catch in the corner by Lumpkins? Oh, my goodness. He went up against the side wall and made the grab for out number one.
Great jump. Great speed. You see right here, went after that ball with a lot of confidence. Excellent concentration.
Here's Matthew Evans. Remember, he was the pitcher on the mound trying to finish things off in the seventh. Remember, Evans has 2 more years of high school baseball left. Into the hole. Backhanded by Clay. We've seen his arm. We'll see it again. This time in time. How about the back-to-back defensive plays by the Astros in this 8th inning?
He showed that he has a cannon in that position. And this time he needs double clutch. He just let it go. What an arm, huh? What an arm.
Not only strong, Candy, but accurate.
Boom.
How about a nice stretch at first by Robinson Jr. He's thanking his first baseman. Back to the top of the lineup for Garrett. Now, he scored 2 runs. He has 2 of his team's 5 hits. He scored 2 of their 4 runs. And he is covered from head to toe in Florida dirt.
A young Jeremy Pena. And he's shortstop.
Look at that Florida filth. I mean, he's got it everywhere.
Ooh, now he's got it. He's got the feeling for that screwball changeup. Both starting pitchers, they're not involved in this decision.
They're long since gone. Focus, right? Energy. A little bit of life here at Holman.
Young and full of life.
And breaking ball. Missed. Moya tried to talk our plate umpire into strike 3. Almost looks like a little Trey Turner right there with that expression from Garrett.
That right there reminds me of Frank Canada. Used to throw that little breaking ball.
Foul. Nice job by Coach Slayton over there at third to get his hands up in the coach's box. He had a bobble, but Evelyn going to be denied. Oh, he had it right here, and then he just couldn't hold on.
E5.
It's ball 4. The Braves have a 2-out base runner for Brightwell. It was just last inning when Garrett got a single against Moya, and he swiped second base. He would score on the infield single from Callaway.
He's got 2 stolen bases in this game.
He does indeed.
Has scored twice, too.
not going here. Brightwell fouls a high one back to the screen for strike one.
He said no more bunts.
I thought the same thing, Candy, when he stepped in. The 1-out bunt doesn't help you here, but he was up there ready to hack. Remember, this is an Oklahoma commit. They called him instant offense. Off and running is Garrett, swing and a miss. Garrett gets the base without a throw. Brightwell kind of drifted across the plate in the path of Frasato.
It's his third stolen base for Garrett. Great jump. Love that changeup.
And pops away. I said he looked a little bit like Trey Turner. He runs like Trey.
Yes, he does.
Just more dirt to those pants.
Well, at least he hasn't. Don't have to worry. He's not going to use them after tonight.
Big pitch from Moya to Brightwell here in extra innings. Lifted to left. Lumpkins casually underneath it. He's going to make the catch to end the 8th inning. So the Braves do not score. Houston has a chance with a run in the bottom of the 8th to win the Nike RBI World Series.
We're at Mama Johnson Ballpark, and I'm proud to say that Mama Johnson was my mom. She was so into everything here to help the kids and the parents around. She's the reason why I'm doing this. Softball now has become my love because I get to coach all these kids here in Hoboken. It's just a family surrounding. We have a lot of police officers that are on our coaching staff.
I'm a Hoboken police officer. I've been a police officer for 15 years.
Go, run, 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 run!
With the softball organization, I coach the girls and guide the girls.
You get the second, you're watching. Anthony's daughter, she's been with us since she's 5 years old.
My dad teaches me how to push off the mound.
There you go, kid. Right there.
They can hype me up sometimes, and sometimes they make me feel like I'm doing the right thing.
Good job, way to get in front. Let's go, kid.
With the support and constantly giving positive reinforcement, I think that they grow.
This RBI program has been amazing for our kids here in Hoboken. We've been in the tournament almost 10, 15 years.
1, 2, 3, hit!
Going to the World Series, I mean, it was extremely important for these younger girls to see that last group go and say, oh, wow, I want to be a part of that. We kind of let them know. They started where you were. Everyone has a chance to get there, and we just got to work hard doing it.
Well, this was scheduled as a 7-inning game. We're playing into the bottom of the 8th. Nothing has been decided. A 0 for Atlanta in the top. Houston batting in the bottom. We're at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex. What was decided last year in Game 6 at Minute Maid was the Houston Astros World Series. Their second, taking down the Philadelphia Phillies. Here's Dusty B getting his long-awaited, much-anticipated ring. And now can the Houston Nike RBI team do it? Well, we saw Moya working on the mound in the 8th. Now he's going to lead off here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
A tremendous job last inning.
Second inning of work for Evans. He started at second base.
Would it be the Astros?
It's a swing and a foul tip into the glove of Callaway. It's a big first out in the bottom of the 8th.
Takes that high pitch. Out of the zone.
And they got to lay off that one.
That's the 4th strikeout for the Atlanta Braves pitching staff.
Lumpkins knocked in a run back in the 6th. with a single. The 2023 Nike RBI World Series Championship here from the senior division from Holman Stadium in Vero Beach. Sandy Charles and Candy Maldonado. I'm Brett Dolden. Extra innings to try to decide a winner. Much needed strike for Evans. Didn't want to fall behind Lumpkins 3-0.
Got in the hands.
Landed on top of us, and the count has gone full, I believe. Come back. 2 outs. Evans has done his job.
Different innings in different atmosphere, huh?
Interesting pant leg look there for Chase Levitt. He's got those things wrapped
all the way up.
Are those short pants or long shorts? I'm not sure. Levitt hits, he's 0 for 3. How would you describe that look right there, Candy?
I know one thing. In my days, no.
They wouldn't allow that at Dodger Town back in the 80s?
No. That's Hunter Pence.
Hunter Pence, yep. Speaking of an Astro. Twice a year I take a picture of a player wearing his pants like that and I text it to Hunter and say, this is what you started. Astros were hoping to get a run to win it. They may not get a base run.
Good slider there.
Vernon Cleo has 2 hits, is on deck. He'd like to bat this inning, but he may not get the chance. Fouled away. Out of play.
Stay alive.
Houston's 4-0 so far in this event, trying to run the table. Atlanta's overcome a couple of losses. Houston has never led, though, in this game this evening. And they have the base runner in the bottom of the 8th on the single by Chase Lovick. Just put bat to ball and flares it into center.
Beauty of aluminum bats.
Kenny, this almost feels like a must-steal type situation here, trying to get a man to second base for 2 outs.
Top of the lineup, speed. Got to go for it.
Give Clay a chance then with a single. This he's got to get that other mid on first.
He's very slow to the plate.
Not running. Pitch is out. Clay's had the 2 singles. He's knocked in a run. Fouled right off the catcher's mask and Callaway. I think he's okay.
The umpire doing the right thing, going up and talking to the pitcher, give a little extra time for your catcher to wake up again.
Right up the top of the dome. Too late in the night for that. I'm surprised Lovick has not run. Could this be the pitch? There you go, young man, run. And he's safe, and he represents the winning run with 2 outs.
Tell you what, very impressed, with that behind the plate. He got a good jump.
Made us close, didn't
he? Yeah, he did. He threw from his knees. So a lot of scouts will be watching.
A third base hit tonight from Clay would make him the hero. Ground ball up the middle. That's into center. Here comes Levick around third. Here comes the throw to the plate. And is he safe? He's safe. H-Town is the town for championships. The Houston Astros Nike RBI are the 2023 World Series champions. They've run the table, and they will celebrate a championship.
Great at bat by Clay. Speed on the bag. Took the bag, stole it, and drive in the winning run for the Houston Astros are the world champions of this RBI program.
Bird and Clay, the hero. I thought we were going to have a game of tag at home plate, but our plate umpire said love it. Got there, and Houston in the bottom of the 8th walks off Atlanta and wins it 5-4.
And he's the man. 3 knocks, 2 RBI in this big one in extra innings to give the Astros their championship.
Candy, it took me a couple of pitches, but I finally said Lovick has to run before he swiped that base to give him a chance to score from second base.
Well, the way he went after it, the way he jumped and tagged the home plate, it's unbelievable.
Youth is wasted on the young. How about the backflips from Lumpkins Jr.? I'm going to see this at the plate here, Candy.
Congratulations. Here we go.
Well, Evans almost had it. Let's see the play at the plate. Did he get the plate on the way by?
Look at that. Look at that.
He was caught safe.
Look at this dive.
Oh my goodness.
That's the play of the day.
The left hand, the swim move in the air over the catcher Callaway. Think this doesn't mean something to these young men? Someone lost his phone out there in that celebration.
Oh, goodness. Congratulations.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Oh, the emotion is something else. Woo! We're still doing flips out of the field.
He does do it better than Ozzie Smith. Oh, goodness.
There we go.
This is it.
You got to row the boat in the same direction. Oh, these young men are having a great time. It's a long week, a long game.
This is what it's all about.
It's what it's all about. Houston wins it 5-4. So from World Series champions last year to the Nike RBI Senior World Series champions for this Houston group. And for some of these young men like Clay, it's on to school here in about a week. This is the last chance in the true high school travel ball Nike RBI ranks.
Boy, but
celebrate.
What a great memory to take to college and having this moment. Tremendous ball game. The Astros last year, like you mentioned, and this year the RBI champions.
In this Houston RBI softball program, they have been juggernauts, and Coach Wade has been here watching them celebrate. He gets to enjoy it from a little closer perspective here today.
Now
get that man some hydration. About to get the trophy presentation. I tell you what, if you like reacts and you like celebrations, this is your game. Coach Wade just got the ice water bat, but here we go. Candy, what do you say you and I go out there and attempt?
Do that? No, I can do that.
Do this.
Yeah, we can. And we can ride the boat, yes. We can do that. But that flip.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe 30 years ago.
Maybe. Tell you what, I say it again, youth is wasted on young when you got this much energy. Let's listen in to our public address announcer.
Number 10, Ethan Garrett.
Jody Regan's down in the field.
Brightwell. Number 7, Xavier Bradley. Number 14, Devin Chandler. Number 5, Amarian Dozer. Number 44, Clarence Calloway. Number 9, Bruce Weish. Number 15, Tyrell Wyatt. Number 8, Matthew Evans. Number 2, Brandon Stevens. Number 3, Devin Lee. Number 4, Daniel McIntosh. Number 6, Brett Simmons. Number 13, Devin Tellington. And number 23, L.J. Estrada. Congratulations once again to our runners-up.
Well, Vernon Clay got to play hero tonight. Our MLB Develops MVP, presented by Chevrolet, is Vernon Clay. He had 3 base hits tonight, Candy, but none bigger than the walk-off single in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yes, sir, and outstanding play in the field. Last inning, he made a great play in shortstop, showing the arm, and right here with the big knock, that gave the Houston Astros their first World Series win in this RBI tournament. He was a spark plug. He was the engine in tonight's game. I don't know if he had that cell phone in his pocket, but something fell off that.
Yeah, the great dive by Levick at the plate to make Clay the hero. And our MLB Develops MVP, presented by Chevrolet, and then you rode the boat as well.
Yeah, 2 of the 5 RBIs, and none bigger than this one.
Number 17, John Oya. Number 14, Brandon Lumpkins Jr.
Well, I think somebody's getting a new glove based on that look on the piece of paper pulled out of the bag.
Number 6, Ari Ando Anderson. Number 10, Patrick Lewis. Number 12, Julian Scott.
It was beautiful to see how these guys fought
Number 18, Xavier
to the end.
Congratulations once again to both teams.
The 2 teams that gave us quite a game tonight. Atlanta and Houston, for both of them, just getting to the championship game was quite an accomplishment. It has been a goal for many years. We knew we were going to have a new champion based on the past couple of years. Now Vernon Clay getting his honors as well. And young man on his way to Georgetown. Remember, he wants to be an orthopedic surgeon. He has big goals ahead of him. I know he will savor this moment, and he will enjoy this event and this trophy and this championship.
I'm telling you, anytime you get an opportunity to play in the World Series and come on top, it's something that it will live with you forever.
Nobody can take that one away, that's for sure. And I believe Vernon's going to go over and join Sandy, so he's missing out on the the trophy celebration.
World Series Senior Baseball Championship game. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at the Junior Baseball Championship game starting at 9:30 a.m. Thank you and drive home safely.
Let's check in with Sandy.
Thanks, Brett. Yes, I am joined by the MLB Develops MVP award winner, Vernon Clay. Vernon, you were 3 for 4 at the plate, game-winning RBI. Take us through that last at-bat. How did you battle?
So going into this game, I wasn't hitting well, to be honest. So I know I could see the ball better than anyone. So starting with that first hit I got, I widened up, got off the knob. I said, I'm just going to let my hands work. And I saw the ball well, and the ball got through. I'm grateful, thankful to God.
What does this award mean to you?
It just means so much because our coaches, we have a lot of alumni who won the last RBI World Series here. So it's been a while, but the drought's over in Houston. We brought it back.
We saw you do a front flip. How excited are you? Where does that come from? Is it just adrenaline?
I've been doing gymnastics. I did gymnastics for a little bit, and I coached gymnastics for this summer. And so I'm just so thankful to be here to celebrate with my boys.
Awesome. Thank you. And we will let this MLB Develops MVP Award presented by Chevrolet. So what did it take to get here?
It took a lot. It took just fighting, having to get on people. Just the reliability on this team was really, really outstanding. The leadership that we had with some of the older guys, just holding each other accountable. It was amazing what we could do when we were on.
Awesome. Thank you. We'll let you go be with your team. That was Vernon Clay. He's the MLB Develops MVP Award winner presented by Chevrolet. And Brett, we'll send it up to you.
Yeah, well deserved for Vernon. Congratulations. Well-spoken young man. And I know he's pretty high on the exhaustion level, also mic'd up. So he did a little bit of everything. And on Saturday, August 12th, we'll have coverage of the Nike RBI World Series Softball Championship game from Vero. Catch the game streaming live on MLB.com. So for Candy Maldonado, Sandy Charles, and the rest of our wonderful crew, I'm Brett Dolan, saying so long from the Jackie Robinson Training Complex in Vero Beach, Florida. Congratulations to the Houston Astros. It took 8 innings, but they come out victorious 5-4. They are the 2023 Nike RBI World Series Senior Division Champions. So long and good night from Vero Beach.